Here come the Black Knights as the day of college football on CBS Sports Network begins at West Point. Boston College and Army in an early October clash. Along with Ross Tucker, I'm Chris Lewis. Hey, it's my first trip here to West Point. Ross, you've been doing games here for many years. I can't wait to experience it. And I know that with these two Northeast teams going at it, it's going to be a fun matchup.
Well, and it's probably going to be an old-school Northeast matchup with this weather we have right now with the pouring rain. For Boston College, they kind of feel like they're on a roll a little bit right now. They almost beat number 3, Florida State. Last week, they had the come-from-behind win over UVA. They're feeling good about themselves right now. And for Army, second week in a row with a chance to beat an ACC opponent. They haven't done it since 2017. This one's on their home turf.
Well, both of these teams have dual threats at the quarterback spot, starting with BC, Thomas Castellanos.
Absolutely loved watching the video of Castellanos this
Gentlemen,
week.
introduce
this
yourselves.
This guy is lightning in a bottle. He almost reminds you of Kyler Murray a little bit when you watch them both run and throw. He had 400 yards of total offense against Florida State, 95 on the ground. Meanwhile, Bryson Daly for Army, they've got the new offense. They've opened it up a little bit. They call it the gun option. Look at the pump and go earlier this season against Delaware State. They've gotten several big plays in the passing game, including maybe the biggest play of their season so far. This touchdown pass against UTSA, easily the best win of the season for the Black Knights so far.
And Army is also slated to get a boost in the lineup. For details, let's go to the next member of our crew. Through the rain, Tina Servasio.
Big news for the Army offense, Chris, especially in this rain. Running back Tyrell Robinson is back. Almost a year ago to the day, on October 8th last year at Wake Forest, Robinson tore his ACL. He had surgery November 2nd, missed the rest of last season and the first 4 games of this year. Now, Robinson will be on a bit of a pitch count as his legs and knee get reacclimated to game speed. But regardless, the Black Knights get back one of their most explosive players and a constant offensive threat. Chris?
Well, Tina, that's the word, explosive for Robinson. So Army as Tsunami for the second home game of the year from the Corps of Cadets. What an atmosphere.
The rain can't dampen their spirits. Look at these kids.
Just part of the pageantry that is a game here at Michie Stadium in the 100th year of football at Michie. The weather, yeah, that mountain mist has turned into a downpour. Temperatures in the mid-60s, but for the last hour, it's been a steady rain.
And we'll be talking about that, Chris, throughout the game, because weather can be the great equalizer in a game like this.
There was actually a lightning strike about a little under an hour before game time, and teams had to leave. They came back. Jeff Monken's group looking for a win in their second home game. Jeff Hafley, what a special game it is for him, from Montvale, New Jersey, about 45 minutes away. He grew up attending games here at West Point. Cole Talley kicks it off for Army. Underway with Boston College starting at the 25-yard line. Second straight game against an ACC opponent for Army. 2 weeks ago, dropped the game to Syracuse, had a bye last week. For BC, coming off of their largest halftime comeback since 1997, thanks to Thomas Castellanos, what he did in the second half.
So interesting, too, he didn't get to BC until fall camp. He's a transfer from UCF. They actually liked Emmett Moorhead as their starter. They brought in Castellanos because they felt like they needed a quality backup, but he was so good in camp, they gave him a couple series in the opener against Northern Illinois, and he just took over the job.
78 rushing yards last week. Garwo gets the first handoff of the game. The grad student from Levittown, Pennsylvania, gains 4 on first down. Behind that offensive line for Boston College.
It is a good offensive line led by their right guard, Christian Mahogany. He's the strongest offensive lineman of the group. Some may say as strong as wood, Chris.
Oh, there you
Listen,
go.
he's a future NFL
early.
player. I am starting early. I am. Let's have some fun today.
So Mahogany Play action rollout, and it's over the head of the tight end Franklin on the rollout, so it brings up third down. What could have been an easy pitch and catch, instead third and medium, and a chance for this Army defense to get off the field.
And this Army defense is no doubt led by their middle linebacker, Leo Lowen. Young man has a 3.91 GPA in engineering management, by the way. Team high 28 tackles. He's also the MVP of the Army-Navy game. He had 16 tackles in the Army-Navy game.
100 tackles last year, most by an Army player since 2019. Third down, 6 to go. Castellanos met near the line of scrimmage. Casey Larkin was the first one there, and Boston College, a team that is aggressive on fourth downs, they will send their punt unit on.
Well, they like to run the quarterback. They're going to pull the left side guard and have him lead up, but watch the linebackers come downhill for Army and just stone the blocker Hergel as he pulled around. They know the tendency of BC to run the quarterback in gotta have it situations like that. Really good start for the Black Knight defense.
Lauren DiLoretto, the punter, but early movements.
Oh man, this would be devastating for Army. Boston College came with a hard count. One of the Black Knights got in the neutral zone, and 5 yards would give BC a first down if it goes against Army.
Riley Johnson is our referee.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty. That foul will result in a first down.
Well, one of the least penalized teams. You can see it right there. Just 10 penalties this season, fewest in the FBS, but that's a devastating one early.
That is a critical error, and Jeff Monken's fired up. I don't think he's yelling at his defense or special teams. I think he's upset with the officials, thinking that maybe one of the members of the Boston College punt team flinched first.
So a second chance for Castellanos on the opening possession. The mobile threat at quarterback crawls past the 40-yard line to around the 42. Jimmy Charlo makes the stop for Army. Second down coming up.
Both of these teams' leading rushers are their quarterbacks, and Jeff Monken talked about Castellanos with us yesterday. He's still not happy, by the way. But he was very nervous about Castellanos because you watched him run all over the field against Florida State. I mean, Florida State's the number 3 team in the country, and they could not contain number 1 for BC.
Spot the ball at the 40-yard line after a gain of 3. Garwo is getting the start at running back. Kai Robichaux is available for Boston College, who leads the team in carries coming in. He, though, missed last week's game against Virginia with an injury. It's third down for the Eagles.
Nice job by Austin Hill there. Watch the D tackle. He's going to come all the way from here down the line. Really well done. He slants down the line. He might be the most undersized interior D lineman in college football, but he takes a lot of pride in that with his technique. 6'1", 255, standing up there tall against the big guys.
It was a pleasure to talk to him yesterday, sharing his story. 3rd and 5. Castellanos tiptoes near the sideline and steps out of bounds. Around a yard and a half shy of the first down, so it'll bring up 4th with an aggressive Boston College team on 4th downs this season.
Very aggressive. Looks like they're going to punt it here, but they have more 4th down attempts than anybody in the league. Nice job with the effort and hustle by Army to chase Castellanos out of bounds. Jeff Hafley, the head coach for BC, told us he knows ahead of time in what situations they're going to go for it. And he even tells the coordinator, hey, get me to 4th and 1 or shorter here, and we'll go for it. Evidently, this is too long.
A 4th and 2, they decide to punt. Jones, the punt returner, lets it bounce and roll inside the 20-yard line. The punt from Lauren DiLoretto. And from inside the 20 is where Army will take over. So the 4th down offsides does not come back to bite them. So a punt up 37.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose: to get the job done right.
Growing up in a military family, I saw firsthand how AAFES supports our service members and families worldwide. When you shop at a BX or PX, 100% of those earnings go back to support quality of life programs that ultimately strengthen our resiliency and readiness to serve. I am Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Joanne Bass, a BX and PX shopper since 1993.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
At Firehouse Subs, every sub is stacked with mouth-watering meats and cheeses in every bite. Packed with big, bold flavors to answer every craving. Served hot on a toasted roll every time. Only Firehouse Subs.
Reese's. They'll get you. They will get you good.
Here's a look at the U.S. soldiers and civilians based in Jordan at the Joint Training Center, where they are watching today's game live and cheering on the Army Black Knights. It's part of the honor and the privilege of doing a game here at West Point. Who's watching? And again, we thank them and everyone for their commitment to service. And it's really an honor and privilege to be on hand to witness Army and Boston College going head-to-head.
Well said. Thank you to all the folks in Jordan and everybody watching that has ever served or is still serving. Truly appreciate it.
This drive begins from the 19-yard line. First drive for Army and their quarterback, Bryson Daly. That late pitch does get there, but blasted in the backfield as Jackson comes flying in to make the tackle.
Well, they call it the gun option now, and pretty clearly Boston College is still ready for that option element. You got to have corners that'll tackle when your opponent's willing to run the option, and Jackson is a young guy that has a very, very bright future. He's excellent in coverage and pretty clearly not afraid to make a tackle either.
Noah Short, loss of a couple. 2nd and 12. Here's Robinson, Tyrell Robinson making his season debut. Tina talked about it at the beginning, ACL injury almost a year ago to the day against Wake Forest a season ago. The explosive running back is back, picks up 7, 3rd down for Bryson Daly and company.
These are the situations as you see Bryson Daly. I think he's played pretty well in this new offense. He does have 5 turnovers in their 2 losses, none in their wins, but these are the situations Army wants to avoid, but they are better suited for 3rd and 6 this year than they have been in previous years.
Here's Short in the flat, needs to make a couple of miss, can't do it. Jalen Cheek, the nickel corner, makes the stop, and it's 4th down.
So they had Short come in motion. You'll see 15 come in motion, and he just runs a little flat route. And the idea here is you're hoping to just get him enough room and space and get a couple blocks in front. He got a good block from both those guys in front of him, including Lingenfelter, but Cheek made the 2nd strong tackle for the BC secondary on that opening drive.
See Lewis Bond to return, high snap. Allen handles, gets it off, but not a great one. Looked like off the side of the foot and out of bounds, and we'll see where they spot it when we return. Gorham Cadets looking on, still scoreless at West Point.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
People, it's Reese's season. Boo.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting RIGHT to 42424.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text RIGHT to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Hold it!
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At over $4 a blade, shaving every day gets expensive. Harry's 5-blade razor offers me a close, comfortable shave. Best part, refills are as low as $2 each, half of what I paid before.
Go to harrys.com/shave to claim your $7 trial.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Exchange, welcoming home veterans to their exchange shopping benefits. By USAA, serving the military community and their families. And by ServPro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration.
Look back at some of the memorable players to participate in the Boston College Army games throughout the years. 39th meeting head-to-head between the squads. First down for Boston College after just a 16-yard punt. Thomas Castellanos keeps it again, his third carry. And a good scamper on first down for the Eagles. Pickup of 8 yards for Boston College, 2nd and 2.
They haven't been afraid to run Castellanos with these design runs so far. And that's one of the things that teams do, Chris, in bad weather like this, right? You want the less handoffs, the less exchanges, the better, right? Because ball security is one of the things really at a premium with a wet field, wet ball.
And the mist is back. Not as heavy of a downpour right now as it was about 15 minutes ago. Lewis Bond makes the catch by the sidelines and picks up the first down for Boston College. As Ross, we take a look at what you have as some of the keys to success.
Well, there's a couple things really for both teams. For Boston College, first down defense, because you want to get Army behind the chains. They got to finish drives in the red zone. They're almost there right now. For Army, obviously fast start. They are so much better when they play from ahead and contain Castellanos in the run game. Done an okay job of that so far.
With Nate Johnson in motion, Castellanos keeps it again. And a dual threat quarterback transfer from UCF. Chris Fay meets him after a pickup of 4.
BC really feels, Chris, like their offensive line with how big they are, how experienced they are now with 135 starts against an undersized Army front. Talking with their OC, Steve Shimko, it seemed like they felt like they could run the ball right at Army. Here it comes again.
Right at them, but met near the line of scrimmage. Kyle Lewis, the first to see Garwo, does fall forward for a couple.
Lewis is one of those undersized D linemen. As the nose guard, watch 95 coming from the right side of your screen against the double team, was able to split it and make that tackle. He's gotten off to a really strong start this year, puts him in 3rd and 4, but remember, very possibly 4-down territory. The way BC plays, they got 2 plays to try to get these 4 yards.
3rd and 4, Castellanos, pressure, tries to slither through and does! Zooms down the side and scores! Unreal from Castellanos, look trapped, not so, 20-yard touchdown.
And that is why every coaching staff wants a guy like Castellanos. You're going to see him. He'll roll this way. It wasn't there. Nothing was there. As you see it roll, watch. Army has it defended perfectly. They're covering the flat. No one's there. They got, and he just finds a little seam and goes. I mean, that's when a play totally breaks down, but they just have a better athlete than you do.
And that extra point, no good. So Liam Connor, who made the game-winning field goal last week, misses the extra point, but Castellanos rushing touchdown number 4 of the season, and that one in highlight fashion.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, save $20 on the VGA 57 battery blower. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Look at that new titanium iPhone 15 Pro. Why don't I have one? You need to go to T-Mobile, where new and existing customers can get iPhone 15 Pro on them. I do need to switch to T-Mobile. You're very wise, Reflection Common. You're very handsome, Real Common. You don't need hair. Yeah, hair is for suckers.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us now and the freedom to upgrade every year.
Why do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed? So I can keep them all guessing. So I know their game better than they do. So I can take my game to the next level. Because when your bed is this smart, you sleep at the right temperature all night. That's why 80% of NFL players choose the Sleep Number smart bed.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich from Firehouse Subs with slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and a sweet and tangy slaw, all on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. For a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs.
Reese's. They'll get you. They will get you good.
In today's installment of Army's Greatest Legends, brought to you by The Exchange, we take a look at Charlie Jarvis. 1968 edition of the BC Army game. Jarvis ran for then a single game record, 253 yards. That record stood for more than 30 years until it was broken in 1999. Jarvis, 10th on the all-time Army career rushing list.
I love those old videos, man. I can't get enough of those. They're flying around, they're cutting guys 30 yards downfield. Awesome.
It is like a time machine. Castellanos capped off a 5-play drive with a 20-yard highlight reel rushing score. Marshall calls, make that note, Nicholas Paul calls the fair catch for Army. So they get it at the 25. And Castellanos, kind of like the human joystick with those moves.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? You can be a defensive coordinator like Nate Woody. You know what play's coming on third down like that. You have it defensed perfectly. But then you go up against a guy like Castellanos. And listen, I mean, I talk to these college coaches all the time about recruiting and whatever. Everybody wants a quarterback that can run. I mean, everybody wants a quarterback that can get them out of a bad play and turn something from a negative into a positive.
You can see why teams were interested in him in the portal at running back. First down run for Kanye Udo. It's a gain of a couple. Vinny DePalma makes the tackle as Army tries to settle in offensively, already down 6-0.
So impressed by their freshman center, Brady Small, the first freshman to start the opener for Army since 2017, and that was Kevin Waits, a wide receiver. I mean, it's really, really hard to start as a freshman here at West Point, especially on the offensive line, because you're usually not physically developed enough, right? You're usually an 18-year-old going against 21, 22-year-old guys.
And there is a flag before the second down play.
Very uncharacteristic of Army to have 2 penalties already.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Oh, boy. That was me. That was the announcer jinx right there. I mean, I just talked about how impressive it is to have a freshman starting at center, and then he has an illegal snap. Like to apologize now to Brady and the entire small family? Let's see. Watch. Oh, yeah, he moved it. He absolutely did. I jinxed him.
The announcer's jinx.
That's on me, Black Knight fans.
Bailey option, keeps it, and is tackled by the ankles. Vinny DePalma, he's set up to have a big game in this one. The middle linebacker for Boston College. Gain of 3. As DePalma, part of the key member of this Boston College defense.
Yeah, he's one of the 2 off-the-ball linebackers, along with Cam Arnold, who's 3rd last year with 75 tackles. Cam Arnold played corner in high school, came to Boston College. They moved him to safety. Now he's playing will linebacker. Those are the type of athletes that you see at this level, guys that were able to play cornerback in high school. So obviously he can run and is excellent in coverage.
Penalties putting Army in tough spots. 3rd down, 9 to go. Bailey cuts up the field, blasted at the 31. Ari Johnson celebrates. 4th down.
Watch this collision. And you see this a lot with Bailey. Ooh. He was looking at the other 2 defenders. I don't think he even knew Johnson was coming. Daly is a very, very
out of bounds, and you're not really allowed to bat the ball, a loose ball like that, out of bounds to the sideline.
No, that's going to be an illegal bat, but Bond did the right thing to ensure Army didn't recover it. You'd rather have to be pushed back and take the penalty than allow Army to get the ball on a turnover. It's actually a heads-up play by Bond. It's funny because if you look like you're just trying to grab the ball, they're not going to call it. But if it's an intentional bat out of bounds like that, sometimes they will call it. They're discussing it right now.
We apologize for some technical difficulties here at West Point. Roster mentioning, you can pretty much sell the fact that the ball slipped out. It's wet outside. You know, I was trying to grab it, but couldn't do it. But you're right, that was kind of obvious.
Jeff Hafley's kind of got a Pete Carroll gum thing going there.
There's no foul on the play for batting. It was backwards. It's 1st down, Boston College.
So instead of the penalty for the bat, you could hear Riley Johnson mention batted backwards.
Well, and that's interesting because you hardly ever see that, right? Usually if the guy's batting it, they're batting it forward.
Boston College scored on their last drive, have it back, and a chance to go up 2 scores.
The Military Star Card is an exclusive benefit for the military community. No matter where on installation you use it, Military Star helps you save while you earn rewards. Save at the pump. Save on meals. Save when you shop your exchange in-store and online at shopmyexchange.com. The Military Star Card is available exclusively to the military community. Visit your local exchange or myecp.com for more information.
My name is Ashley Cortez, and I'm the founder of the Stay Beautiful Foundation. When I started in 2016, I would go to the post office and literally fill out each person's name on a label. And now at ShipStation, we are shipping 500 beauty boxes a month. It takes less than 5 minutes for me to get all of my labels and get beauty in the hands of women who are battling cancer so much quicker.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's with the sandwich names?
Oh, they're just nods to my time in the Army.
Oh, but what's the Steven named after?
Steven is from Navy Federal Credit Union. They've been helping with my finances since I enlisted. You want another Steven?
Keep them coming, Hannah.
Okay.
Maybe someday I could get a sandwich named after me. No.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich from Firehouse Subs with slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and a sweet and tangy slaw, all on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. For a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs.
people. It's Reese's season.
Boo.
Join in on the game day antics as our crew brings you the latest NFL highlights, all before the Week 5 action. Make our picks with that other pregame show tomorrow morning, 8 Eastern, on CBS Sports Network. 100th season at Mikey Stadium, and Army's defense allowing that touchdown on the last Boston College drive. The first points allowed in the first quarter all season for Nate Woody's defense. Castellanos hands it off to Broom on first down. Second effort maneuvers him past the 30 to the 31. Let's go down to Tina.
Well, guys, with quarterback Thomas Castellanos back out there, Jeff Hafley describes him as young because he's a true sophomore, but extraordinarily calm. Nothing phases him, and extremely confident. When they played Florida State, clearly the biggest game Castellanos has ever played in, he was running for first downs on 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20. Against that defense. And last week, when he had 2 picks against Virginia, Hafley grabbed Castellanos to talk to him, but right away the quarterback said, "Coach, I'm going to get you back. Don't worry."
There you go, Tina, as Castellanos loses the ball on that pass attempt with the wet conditions and just has to scamper out of bounds. So his calmness, though, as you mentioned, Tina, showed there. He didn't panic.
Yeah, but that one's on Tina. That's the sideline announcer jinx right there. We're talking about how good Castellanos is, and the ball just slips out. It's a very real thing, though. Coaches harp on it. You need to be especially secure with the football in these wet conditions. They'll also tell you, make sure you keep your feet under you when you're blocking or running a lower center of gravity. Sometimes you actually have to throttle down a little bit so you don't lose your footing with a wet surface like this.
3rd down, 10 to go. Castellanos, again on the ground, makes a player miss, but he's still about 1.5 yards shy of the first. Casey Larkin makes the tackle, and it's 4th down for Boston College, and they're bringing on their punt team.
Well, they punted earlier on 4th and 1.5 when they were closer to midfield. So clearly, based on Jeff Hafley's analytics for this game, they're not going to go for it here, 4th and 2. But that's another one. Army needs to be really careful with their rush lanes. I mean, they opened up a huge lane for Castellanos. They're fortunate he wasn't able to get that.
So Di Laurento in the punt. Fair catch. Cameron Jones, about the 33. So Army's defense gets a stop. A chance for their offense to get back at it. And a bucket list place to be. 12th man, Corey Cadets looking on. And boy, do they really add to the atmosphere here.
They do, and Drew Thatcher, what a story, by the way, the new offensive coordinator for Army. Last 4 years was at Division II, Nebraska Kearney. Before that, New Mexico Military Institute, a junior college. We talked yesterday about what that phone call was like when Jeff Monken called. I mean, talk about changing your life. Hey, you want to be a FBS coordinator?
He said it changed the trajectory of his career. Robinson, the explosive running back, making his season debut for Army after tearing his ACL about a year to the day ago. Pick up a 4. Tore his ACL against Wake Forest last year on October 8th.
I've been doing the Army home games, Chris, since 2019, and he is by far the most dynamic and explosive player they've had. They are so happy to have him back in the lineup.
After a pickup of 4, Mundell, he set his feet as if he was looking to perhaps throw, but instead burrows his way to near the 40-yard line before Ezaraku brings him down.
Well, Zach Mundell's a quarterback by trade, right? So when they hand the ball to him, the option possibility was still there. Now this puts Army in a little bit more of a comfortable situation, 3rd and 4. Old school Army, they're typically going to run it on 2 plays here. Try to get to 4th and 2 or less. That's usually a go for them.
Robinson next. He gets the handoff, stood up right at the line. Neto Akpala, as well as Vinny DePalma. Johnson there as well. 4th down, and the Army punt unit is marching on.
Well, and they're not going to go for it there. I mean, they had to get at least 2 yards to be a situation where they would go for it. But Akpala number 4, left side of your screen. You'll see him knife in and be able to make this play. BC has very athletic edge guys. He just makes the right guard whip. That was really well done from Okpala against Lucas Scott.
Once again, a flag before a punt from Army. If it's on Army, it'd be their 3rd penalty.
Yard penalty, 4th down.
It was a false start against the Black Knights. So 3 penalties. One of the stories coming into the game, Boston College, one of the most penalized teams in the country. Army, the least penalized team.
You never know what happens, though. In the NFL, they say any given Sunday. Here in college football, any given Saturday.
Allen punts. Bond watches it bounce and roll. Continue to the 10. Well done by Cooper Allen. Sophomore from Tennessee, a 56-yard punt. Armed Forces football, proudly supported by The Exchange.
I love the costumes for the different companies. So cool. What did Jeff Monken say to us yesterday? That they are heavily incentivized for Army to win the game are the cadets. They want their guys to be able to keep Castellanos under wraps, because if Army wins, the upperclassmen get an overnight pass, the underclassmen get a few extra hours.
That Gator costume, I think, would look good on you, Ross, for at least one of our games together this year. This Broom on first down. There we go.
Definitely not.
No, you don't want to rock it?
I mean, I sweat as it is.
Yeah, that's what my concern would be.
Yeah, I sweat as it is. Oh, he's on TV, look, yeah! All the different costumes represent the different companies of this outstanding military institution. Just have so much respect for those young men and women making the decision to do something bigger with their lives and come here.
2nd down, 6 to go. Castellanos, no escape valve. Jack Latour on the sack, the sophomore from Middletown, New Jersey. It's 3rd and long.
Watch Latour. He's going to be the right side of your screen. There's nowhere for Castellanos to go, and then Latour able to chase him down. Big time play by the youngster who's not from that far away. That was a good call by Woody to have Latour slanting outside on that play.
End of the first quarter, Boston College up 6-0. We'll be back for the start of the second after these messages.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich from Firehouse Subs with slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and a sweet and tangy slaw, all on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. For a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs.
Trick or treat! Kit Kat! Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
Give it up for the big hurt, Frank Thomas.
Congratulations, Frank.
Hey, Andy, Doug, you guys look great.
Hey, I feel great, too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever. Because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GO to 231-231.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me. Hey, me too. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text go to 231-231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's G-O to 231-231.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sebastian chatted with Coach Jeff Hafley.
Coach Hafley, considering these weather conditions, how do you think Castellanos and your offense is operating so far?
Well, we've had some mental errors. We should be able to run the ball, and that's what we need to do right here. It seems like he's having a tough time throwing it, obviously with these conditions. I like the way the defense has come out. This team has been up 36-0 in the first quarter, so I challenge them to start fast and play a good first quarter. They've done that. We got to get going on offense.
Coach, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Throwing through these conditions, and it's on the mark to Jaden Williams, who missed last week's game against Virginia with an injury, back in the lineup and makes a big play.
Was Jeff Hafley throwing us off the scent there? I mean, he just said we got to run, especially in these conditions, and it's by far the best pass of the game so far. When you watch the tape of Castellanos, he pretty clearly throws the ball better when he's on the move like that. I like that play call by the coordinator, Shimko, to get him on the edge. That was a big first down.
Pickup of 30. Broome changes directions, tries to sweep through, can't do it, as Leo Lowen all over that.
Leo Lowen's been so good for 2 years. Watch him, patience. He's going to stay backside. Watch 31. He sees the flow, patience, patience, patience. That is really hard to do as a linebacker, right? Because you want to fly to the ball, you want to go make the tackle. Look at him trying to rip the ball out at the end. It's not easy to be patient at that position, but that's why Lowen was able to make that play.
Another handoff, though. This is the ground game that Coach Hafley was talking about. But again, not too much room to run. And a cornerback comes in to make the tackle, and Cameron Jones, just a gain of 2.
And Charlo as well. Cam Jones had a physical tackle. Charlo, number 7, came in with a big hit. And they have Boston College in another third and long situation. Watch this collision right here. Boom, Charlo, I love that. Shoulder right into the chest. That's what we're trying to teach. Kept his head out of it. You can still make really significant collisions, just don't use your head.
Third down, 8 to go. Rollout that you like, Ross, from Castellanos. Jumps and throws, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quindraylon Hammonds. And he escapes out of bounds in plus territory. And Army gets their first big defensive play of the afternoon.
Well, Castellanos had plenty of time, but he just threw that one up for grabs. I'm not sure what he was seeing here. You'll see they have it pretty well blocked on the perimeter. He's got time. I'm not even sure. I guess he was trying to throw it to number 13, and that's Dino Tomlin. Look at the left side of your screen. It just goes way over the head of Tomlin. Not even close, right to Hammonds. And now Army has by far their best field position of the game. They have got to take advantage of this.
First career interception for the senior from Covington, Georgia. Plus territory for Army and Bryson Daly. He runs physically. He marches past the 30-yard line. Quarterback who's not afraid of contact in the least bit. Big run for the Black Knights of 14.
Well, he is a powerful, powerful kid at 6 foot, 215 pounds. He's going to follow the left tackle, number 7. Watch David Hoyt. Nice kick out block by Hoyt. And Daly runs right through a linebacker in Cam Arnold. That is not a safety. That's not a corner. That's a linebacker. And Daly just ran right through his face.
Ross, that's the thing that stood out to me when I was watching Army games leading up, is that Daly will run over folks. Long mesh point floats to Robinson. The speedy running back is corralled down inside inside the 10. So back-to-back big chunks for Army. They have first and goal.
Beautiful design there from Drew Thatcher's Army offense. As they fake the run, fake the option. You see Thatcher on the left with Matt Drinkle. Watch Robinson, okay, right here. He's gonna go out of the backfield and then go. Everybody's thinking, okay, here comes a run, and then he goes out and up. And really a better thrown ball leading Robinson. He might have scored.
Boston College's defense has struggled preventing touchdowns once teams get into the red zone. And Jacoby Buchanan, who is that red zone weapon for Army, 27 career touchdowns. Sets up a second and goal.
You can tell with this new offense that Jacoby Buchanan slimmed down a little bit. Looks like he's more around 260 reportedly. There were times when he was playing in the under center triple option. He was 285 pounds. But he's still a guy they like to feature when they get down near the goal line.
Yeah, he said he's weighed as much as 290. He is slimmed down with this new offense coming off of an injury. Throws it a flat off the hands of Lingenfelter, who could have had a touchdown. Daly got it there, but instead it's third down.
Boy, they had it. They had it. He's wide open in the flat. Problem number one for Daly is he threw it a little bit behind him and high. You know, you'd rather have that thing be around the numbers and in front of him. He's running an out-breaking route there. He kind of had to slow down and leap, and you can see by Daly's reaction, he knew that was a missed opportunity. Here's the deal, though. They're at the 6-yard line, Chris, so if they get 3 or 4 yards here, they will very likely go for it. So this could be a run to try to get down into 4th down territory.
Reed, the running back, gets the carry. Reed wrapped up. DePalma at the 4, 4th down. Now what do you do?
Well, now you kick the field goal. I mean, now in my mind, you're too far away. You can't realistically try to run it. And even if you try to throw it, it is raining hard again here right now, which makes the passing game difficult. And Daly is really frustrated with himself because he knows he missed a golden opportunity for a touchdown.
He can't hide it. Quinn Moretsky, senior from Honolulu, 22-yard attempts. He's only missed 1 this year. Perfect. Boston College's lead is cut in half. Rainy conditions at West Point, but Army gets their first points. Down 3.
There's no Belichickery here.
When Sunday football isn't enough.
Dislike that take.
Great take.
That other pregame show will put you over the tops.
I'm all in. Let's go viral here.
Every Sunday, all the insight you need on CBS Sports Network.
With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers across the country, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care. Here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders. Right now at Napa, get a 5-quart jug of Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil for only $19.99. Or claim a $25 Visa card when you purchase a Napa Legend, Napa Legend Premium AGM, or AAA battery.
How'd you spend the off-season?
The off-season?
Little Caesars tastes so good.
It tastes even better with my best friends.
We best friends eating pizza all the time, having fun. Pizza pounds for life.
The off-season? Just hit the weights.
Try the new 4-quart calzone from Little Caesars for $8.99. It's officially delicious.
Pizza.
Neither snow-capped mountains nor puddles of water, nor unexpected detours with a 20-foot drainage pipe can stop the ruggedly capable Telluride X Pro from getting you to your dinner reservation on time.
Okay.
Kia, movement that inspires.
The rain has picked up another level at West Point. Mark Angeletti, though, on the camera has it all under control. Look at that setup. Thumbs up, all good out there. Next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, Black Knights back here at West Point. The Troy Trojans, they come to town. Watch the action here on CBS Sports Network. Kamani Vital, the igniter for Troy on the ground, already over 600 yards this season.
Trojan horse, I love it.
We got a great crew. Thanks to everybody on our crew for sticking it out through the rain to bring this to you. I know this isn't an easy one. The Northeast, it feels like on the weekends, it's been rainy pretty much every Saturday. I don't get it.
Feels fine here in the booth.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable up here, not gonna lie. Oh boy, everyone's gonna hate you now. And me too. Why not? Boston College football saw their lead cut in half thanks to the Army field goal after a 6-play drive. Castellanos threw an interception on the last Boston College possession.
Significant, though, that BC only gave up a field goal there. They were the worst defense in the FBS in terms of red zone touchdown percentage allowed. 89.5% before that last drive. So obviously that enables them to maintain the lead. It is going to be tough going in terms of throwing the football. So even though Army has that new gun option and Castellanos has some really good receivers and some awesome eye black, I think we'll see a lot of running here.
That eye black's on the scouting reports. Big breakthrough on the ground for Nate Johnson III to start the drive for Boston College. A receiver, Speedy, comes in on a lot of short yardage situations. It gains 18.
And this is Lowen's play to make the linebacker. He's an absolute star, but not even, he's just a little bit slow. That time the patience just got him a little bit, right? They show the eye candy in the backfield. You've got some action going left, and then Johnson comes back to the right, makes it tough for Lowen. Just that little bit of hesitation is why they give you the eye candy.
Garwo. Now, we haven't really seen Kai Robichaux yet. We're told he was available as the feature back for Boston College, but it's been Garwo and Broom so far on the ground. Armed Forces football proudly supported by USAA. 2nd and 9 upcoming through the rain. Two Northeast teams, Boston College and Army, meeting for the 39th time. Castellanos keeps, shimmies, and bumps into the umpire. Wow, a big collision. Umpire is Mark Wilson, and he gets credit for the tackle. Put him in the box score.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why in the NFL, the umpire is behind the offense. Watch this. Nice moves by Castellanos.
Shoulder too, Ross. That was four.
You know, the poor umpire was trying to get out of the way, but Castellanos is looking for guys in black jerseys. He's not looking for guys in black and white stripes. Oh, man.
There you go. Pissed up. First down, though, after the pickup of 9. Garwo driven back. Half the Army defense involved in that tackle. Forward progress, though, does give him 2. There's Mark Wilson again, our umpire. Ross, I wasn't impressed. That upper body was involved. He would not be called for targeting.
He's put together. I mean, he is put together. I wouldn't want to run into that guy.
I'd say fits right in. Like, put him at that linebacker spot, and nobody would notice.
Castellanos had a lot of room there. I mean, he might have gone a long way.
2nd and 8. Low throw and a tackle immediately. Griffin made the catch. Larkin on the tackle. 3rd down. Boston College this season, 41% on 3rd downs.
And by the way, I think people know this, but there's nothing you can do, right? Yeah. I mean, watch the middle of your screen. Watch the umpire. He's trying to get out of the way, but he's just considered part of the field.
Castellanos slips through one, has the 1st down, and slides right near the 35. Castellanos, 2nd leading rusher amongst FBS quarterbacks. Gains 8 more. In fact, 2 of the 10 FBS quarterbacks that lead their team in rushing are going at it in this game. Castellanos against Daly.
So I think a lot of people know this, but the reason why you run the quarterback is because the defense no longer has the number count advantage.
Broome zigzags past the 30-yard line. Jimmy Charlo, credit for the tackle.
So here's the deal, Chris, right? If you just hand off like Castellanos just did right there, the defense essentially has one more guy than you do because the quarterback's not really part of the play. You just handed the ball off. But if the quarterback runs it himself, or if he's a threat to run it himself, well, then you have an extra blocker, and the defense no longer has one more guy than you do. So whether he runs it or is a threat to run it, it is very effective either way.
So it's all a numbers game. Get the handoff to Johnson. Second handoff of the drive on the sweeping action. He's clipped down at the 31. Austin Hill. And you mentioned him being undersized, doesn't stop him from making plays.
So you'll see from the left side of your screen, just roll it, fellas, you'll see Johnson come from the left side. And so what happens is, look, that is hard. Because if Castellanos had pulled that and run up the middle, there was a hole. So almost every play, he's acting like he could pull it and run, or he's giving it. Again, if they get 4 yards here, BC probably will go for it.
Castellanos up the middle. Jogs through, and it depends on the spot, but it looks like, of course, a yard shy. Galen Fortner on the tackle. So, Ross, you mentioned it. You get a few on there, and you set up a fourth down that's manageable.
Right. They got what they wanted, 4th and 2 here. They're going to go for it. I think there's a couple reasons, right? Not only because they have the most 4th down attempts in FBS, but because their field goal kickers already missed an extra point, and in these conditions, you can't assume anything with the snap, the hold. I like this decision. This is the right decision to go for it here.
4th down. Garwo. Second effort gets him there. Boy, he was stopped initially, but the strong grad student from Pennsylvania across the 25.
You said it. He's an Eastern PA guy. I heard about him since his sophomore year in high school. Army actually defended this pretty well. Watch where Garwo's hit and watch where he finishes the run. Boom. But I mean, there's 2 Black Knights there, and he keeps pushing through spins for 2 more yards. That was all Patrick Garwo.
Castellanos already 1 touchdown on the ground from 20 yards out. He gets to the 20-yard line. Gain of 4.
This has been a long drive for Boston College. I mean, both these teams are keeping the ball primarily on the ground, obviously, because of the weather, and that's what they want to do anyway. But they take the play clock way down. We're so used to these up-tempo offenses. I mean, there's already under 4 minutes here in the second quarter.
Ross, I know you like the variety that these teams bring to the sport. Handoff, Garwo, a couple yards, 3rd down. Darius Richardson on the Army stop.
Well, I do, Chris, because so often everybody's running the same zone read, RPO stuff. Boston College has a little bit more of an NFL-style rushing attack. Obviously, Army has that gun option. I think this is the same situation. I think if Boston College gets 2 or 3 yards here, I think they go for it again on 4th down, again because of the conditions. Probably Castellanos' legs again.
Castellanos' legs again. He's short of the first. Flag down as well on the near side.
Really nice play by DiDomenico, the safety from Army, to fly up and make that tackle. So Monken's trying to figure out right now what's better, 4th and 2.5 or 3rd down. I mean, they did a nice job on that play. I think you decline this if I'm Jeff Monken. Make him go in 4th down.
Illegal motion against the offense. Number 3, penalties decline. 4th down.
So they're right on the same page with you to decline the penalty to set up the 4th down and short instead of 3rd down with 2 downs to pick it up.
Right, so they have the book, right? It could have been 3rd and 9, or it could have been 4th and almost 3. I think this is the right decision. I mean, 4th and almost 3. You got to feel like your defense can get a stop here. I would have declined as well. This is a big, big spot in this game. I'm not sure what Boston College is going to take it down to 1 second on the play clock, call a timeout, and then figure out exactly what they want to do here.
See Coach Hafley. Got it in time. Talent all. Timeouts. So Boston College with a 4th down upcoming. 4th and 3 to go in a big spot late in the first half.
Boston College, first of the half.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Trick or treat! Kit Kat! Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
Give it up for the big hurt, Frank Thomas. Congratulations, Frank. Hey, Andy, Doug, you guys look great. Hey, I feel great, too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever. Because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GO to 231231.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me. Hey, me too. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text GO to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's GO to 231231.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4Imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com. 4Imprint, for certain.
Time now for a view of the core brought to you by MCore. Great seam there. Great potential for a swing here. 4th down coming up for Boston College. 4th and 3 inside the red zone. They called a timeout. Jeff Hafley did before this play. Ross, what do you see here?
Well, it looks like he's going to kick the field goal, which I think is probably a good decision. I mean, you're in the middle of the field here. It's 4th and a good 3. You know, Jeff Hafley knows, based on the analytics, what he wants to do, but the analytics didn't tell him it was going to be pouring raining right now either, right?
Yeah,
so you always need to take that into account.
And then Jeff Hafley,
oh boy,
is signaling that Army is the one who ends up calling the timeout.
30-second timeout, Army. First of this half.
Looked like Hafley saw something, and then Army's the team that called the timeout. So this 4th down is a big moment. Both teams want to make sure they have everything lined up correctly. We'll be back in 30.
Don't you think this is a bit extreme?
It is. But it's where I need to be. We know you love a challenge. We didn't expect this. If it were expected, it wouldn't be a challenge. So, Mom, Dad, what do you think?
Fourth down, under 3 to go in the second quarter. Boston College now has their offense on the field after Army called the timeout, as Boston College had their field goal unit on. So now it's 4th down, offense on the field. Garbo up the middle has the first down. So boy, that was interesting. Initially looked like they'd go for it, then the field goal unit on. Field goal unit then comes off. Boston College elects to go for it.
Timeout, Army. This is their second timeout of this half. 30-second timeout.
Listen, that was just inside zone. And Garwo bent it back behind the tight end, George Takis.
Bold move from Coach Hafley. He's made a habit of it. We'll be right back.
Attention veterans. You can shop tax-free for life. Come home to your military exchanges for tax-free shopping, exclusive pricing, and free shipping options. 100% of earnings go back to military communities, keeping today's military ready and resilient. You served. You sacrificed. You earned this benefit. Visit shopmyexchange.com/vets to shop and save today.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, save $30 on the BG56 CE blower. Real steel. Find yours.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Puck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Puck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Puck.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Trick or treat! Kit Kat! Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
Boston College driving. They had a 4th down where they at first thought to kick a field goal, then this happened.
Well, watch. Very late, Jimmy Charlo tries to run off the field. Somebody else comes in for him and is like, hey, Jimmy, I'm in for you. And as Jimmy's trying to run off, Army was worried they'd have 12 guys in the field, so they used the timeout. And then after the timeout, Jeff Hafley changed his mind and decided to go for it, and Boston College just got it.
So Boston College still on the move. Broom navigates through a couple of tackles right up the middle before Quintraylon Hammonds, who had an interception earlier, makes the tackle.
30-second timeout. Army. 3rd and final timeout of this half.
So Army uses a timeout to stop the clock with Boston College driving, trying to go up 2 scores.
Monken doing the right thing, calling these timeouts, trying to give his offense as much time as possible after this Boston College series, right? You want to be able to maybe go down and be able to get some points yourself.
Coming up on the Ram Trucks halftime report, Adam Zucker, Brian Jones, Rick Neuheisel. They'll get you caught up on the latest highlights from around college football. Coming up on the Ram Trucks halftime report. 2nd down. And it's been raining throughout this entire first half. In fact, lightning about less than an hour before this game started. So teams left the field, fans left, they came back. Game started on time. But it's been a factor so far, the rain.
And I wouldn't expect anything other than Boston College to continue to run either Garwo or Castellanos. Here he comes.
Castellanos with Garwo leading the way. Castellanos inside the 5. And then get to the 3 for a 1st down. Army without any timeouts left, so the clock can move. Both middle linebackers make the tackle, Lowen and Fortner.
It looked to me like Castellanos just ran right into Mahogany. I think there might have been a hole there. Watch Mahogany pull. I think if Castellanos goes to the right, he might have had a touchdown. Look at that. I think maybe he saw the color of Lowen, but you're not going to get very far running up the back of Mahogany. I can tell you that much. That is a bad feeling for an offensive lineman when the ball carrier runs right behind you.
It's like you're running into a tree.
3rd, nice. 3rd short here.
Castellanos has a crease, dances in. 2nd rushing touchdown for Castellanos. Boy,
that was easy. Watch Hergel pull around. I don't even know if he got anybody. I I mean, look at left guard pulls. There's nobody there. I mean, that is well blocked if your left guard pulls up into the hole and doesn't even have anybody to block. Nice job by Franklin and the receivers. That was way too easy if you're an Army fan.
Liam Connor missed an extra point on the first touchdown for Boston College. Connects on that one for a 13-3 lead. So BC takes a 2-score lead late first half.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
Introducing IHG One Rewards. 18 hotel brands, 6,000 global destinations, one loyalty program that lets you guest how you guest.
Your first home sees a lot of firsts. From first loves to first steps. Sure, it can be a handful at times, keeping you up at night.
Come on now.
But with help from the Home Depot, you'll find the confidence to create the first place you call your own. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Trick or treat! Kit Kat! Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Only 63 days to go in the countdown to the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. Tune in Saturday, December 9th on CBS Sports. 2 rushing touchdowns for Thomas Castellanos, the UCF transfer who took over the starting job in week 2.
Been primarily with his legs. I mean, the first touchdown was a broken play, but when you have a talent like Castellanos, a broken play can turn into a touchdown. The second one was just unbelievably well-blocked play by BC up front.
Right, the 17 plays, longer than some celebrity marriages. Bo Nicholas Paul to the 23-yard line.
Did you just think of that, or is that one you kind of had in your back pocket?
I just thought of it.
That was good.
About 30 seconds ago.
That was a very long drive. Such an interesting drive, right? Because as you see Jeff Hafley with the longest drive of the season, remember Monken could have accepted the penalty for 3rd and 9. I agree with his decision to decline the penalty, and then after a series of events, BC ends up going for it and getting it. Army has no timeouts here, so they need to get first downs and out of bounds with these passes.
I mean, look at that. The time of possession, a category that Army usually dominates. Boston College flipping a script in this game. They get that flip out on the money to Hayden Reed, the sophomore from Tampa. John Pupil on the stop. 2nd down coming up.
He got both there. He got out of bounds and he got the first down, I believe. Late pitch by Daly. He's got a lot of courage and confidence to make a throw like that. It is raining even harder now.
Now at this point, like, if you're Army, you do not want to make a mistake here. Ball handling through the rain, late in the half, down 10. Daly has the speed to get outside, has the first down and out of bounds. So there's the first down, out to stop the clock, 1:03 in quarter 2.
Well, it's interesting, too, because we always ask the coaches where they would give their field goal kicker a chance. But with this rain right now, we got things flying down out of the stands.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I don't think they're going to try a 57-yarder. Jeff Monken said might give him a chance at the end of the half situation from the 40-yard line. I highly doubt that in this downpour.
It's as hard right now raining as it's been all game. Daly gobbled up. Cam Horsley's all over Daly, and the clock continues to wind. The rain continues to fall. Yes, bring it on! Bring it on!
The Cadets love it.
Second down, Daly tries to slide through, gets knocked down to the ball out. Again, we mentioned ball handling late in the half.
You just said it, Chris. You got to be careful not to have a big negative play. Hafley could call timeout here. It's a big hit by Arnold, number 5. Thought Hafley might call timeout there to see if they get the ball back.
And ball slips out of Daly's hands again. Daly throws, does complete it to the sideline for Toby Alawale. There is a flag.
We got a lot going on.
Yeah,
right
they've
now,
got
man.
drumsticks flying. We got rain falling. We have balls slipping out of hands. We have penalties.
I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite a while. Now, do you know what movie that's from?
No, I have no idea.
Oh my gosh!
Is it from the 80s? Let me guess.
Yeah,
of course.
Caddyshack.
Okay, I should know Caddyshack. That's actually on me.
What year were you born again?
Let's hear that from the referee.
Personal
first.
foul. Offense grabbing the face mask, number 77. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Penalty on Jordan Law. Yeah, 1991. I know it escaped the 80s. Still somehow
You missed out, man. You missed out. So listen, you got to be careful here with the snap. Just get the punt off. BC is selling out. Here comes the returner. They're selling out to try to block this thing.
Everybody coming. Get it off. A lot of time, though, but Allen. There's no returner.
And now you don't touch it. Just let it go. Do not pick it up. Do not touch it. Let the clock run out. All right, that's well done by Army. That's how you do it.
A half that was well done by Boston College. Through the rain and the conditions, their defense continuing the strength that they showed last week against Virginia in the second half. They lead at the half, 13-3. Show must go on through the rainy conditions. So Army lost back to the locker room, down by 10. Let's go down to Tina.
Well, Coach Monken, how is this weather just changing everything you want to do today?
Oh, it's everybody. They got to deal with it, and so do we. We're making so many fundamental errors, coaching errors. It's just a really poor half on our part, and I'm frankly embarrassed. So we got to get some things fixed.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So Army with a lot to correct, down by 10 on the scoreboard. 13-3. It's Boston College on top. We'll send you to Adam Zucker and Company in the New York studio for the Rand Trucks halftime report. After these messages, rainy here in West Point, Boston College by 10.
Trick or treat! Kit Kat Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Enjoy your flight. You too.
As easy as saying the wrong thing.
Me too. Really?
What?
Dad, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Do I look like I'm going on vacation, sir?
It's not how airports work, man.
You could?
Dad!
Are we leaving or?
I don't even want to go on vacation anymore.
I thought I knew you.
She has hairspray that is over the limit.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
And you're not wearing socks. Get a grip, man.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and an entree with sides starting at just $10.99. Wait, $10.99? Oh, someone's gonna get in trouble for this one. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
You want to be like me? Well, you can't, because there's only one brand. But you can recover like me. Almonds, every day. They can help you recover from exercise to keep you prime. You want to stay prime, right?
Give it up for the big hurt Frank Thomas. Congratulations, Frank.
Hey, Andy, Doug, you guys look great.
Hey, I feel great too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GO to 231231.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me.
Hey, me too.
Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text GO to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's GO to 231231.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You are watching the Ram Trucks Halftime Report on CBS Sports Network.
All right, welcome everybody to the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Adam Zucker alongside Rick Neuheisel and Brian Jones. BC on top of Army at West Point, 13-3. We saw the forecast. We thought, oh, yeah, this is Army kind of game. BC's putting together a drive that Army would normally give us.
The greatest form of flattery is imitation,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And BC is putting on an Army-like performance. How about this drive? Chew up 8 minutes and plus, Brian. 17 plays, punching in a couple of fourth down conversions. Does that not sound like the Black Knights?
The best defense against that Army offense is to control the rock with your offense, and that is what they're doing. And they're just running the ball in this inclement weather, and they're running it extremely well.
And Jeff Monken's got to be concerned. 0 for 5 on third downs. Haven't even been able to go for it on fourth down.
47 rush yards?
Look at that time of possession.
Wow.
That normally is the bell cow of Army football. They are falling behind in that category as well.
Yeah, passing more this year, but hard to pass in that weather here today. And we saw just a few attempts. All right, let's hit some early top 25 highlights now. There are some huge games going on around the country. We start.
1 or 2, Adam.
Couple 2-3.
Yeah.
The Red River rivals, Oklahoma and Texas. It'll be an SEC game in the future. Dylan Gabriel didn't play last year, and Quinn Ewers, he did, and he's making early mistakes, BJ.
First pick of the season last week. He's already got 2 in this ball game. That one by Gentry Williams. And how about the Texas D? They allowed 1 red zone touchdown. There, Dylan Gabriel gets in. But the special team, they get involved. Keaton Crawford blocks it. Malik Muhammad, the freshman, gets him a touchdown. And here we go. The Longhorns. They are coming back, baby. They're finally waking up on offense.
That's
Just
Gunnar Helm's
imagine
first.
what it's like to be sitting in my seat, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that was the first time you saw that play, though, today.
Yes, it was.
How about Maryland with the fast start at the shoe, Rick?
Hey, Leah Tagovailoa finds Caden Prather right here, the transfer from West Virginia. 15-yard touchdown. Get out in front of the Buckeyes. That's how you silence the home crowd. But here he's picked off. Josh Proctor doing the damage, taking it into the end zone. But they are stifling this Ohio State offense.
That's the only Buckeyes points. Kyle McCord is really struggling. They're in a lot of third and long situations. But both of those games, BJ, turnovers huge right now.
Well, you expect that in rivalry ball games. The ebbs and flows of the Texas-Oklahoma game, it's always been a huge part of it. Who can overcome mistakes and keep their head about them usually wins.
Everybody thought Kyle McCord was going to just go through the roof with confidence after the Notre Dame win, how he brought the team down there in that final drive. Not so much today.
Yeah.
4 of 10, just 35 yards passing.
Maybe he likes game-winning drives. Maybe that's what he's
Maybe Maryland is for real.
Oh, yeah, they are undefeated and scoring tons of points this year. Another big game between ranked teams, SEC, LSU at Missouri, the Como Tigers, and Missouri here with LSU trying to get back within 1, but Missouri just running right through this LSU defense.
Cody Schrader right there, 21-yard TD. Everybody's run through this LSU defense. How about Brady Cook finding Brett Norfleet? But Brady Cook throws his first pick, 365 without a pick, and Harold Perkins Jr. I'll take that.
End of an era. He had 365 straight completions or passes without an interception. And there it goes. Rutgers against Wisconsin. No Ches Malusi for the Badgers. Braylon Allen carrying the load for them today, Rick. Trouble here.
Right here, a fumble. Those two head coaches are looking at those schedules for next year's deal going, oh, my God, you see we have to play. But right here, Wisconsin gets back on track. Braylon Allen up the middle, forging his way into the end zone. Wisconsin up 10-0. A couple of one-loss Big Ten teams here.
No doubt, but turnovers again playing a major role. And Rutgers knocking on the door, but Ricardo Hallman's going down the hall, man.
We got a hall pass. In the quarterback meeting room, we just say, that can't happen.
That's
17-0.
That's the coaching right there. That
cannot happen. You have to throw touchdowns or checkdowns or throw away. You cannot lose points down in that red zone.
No doubt.
Absolutely the cardinal sin.
Yeah, Rutgers trying to climb that ladder in the Big Ten, not doing themselves any favors right there. 17-0 the score. All right, still to come here on CBS Sports Network. Next, North Texas visits Navy. They had a high-scoring game a few years ago. And then in prime time at San Jose State and Boise State. We're going to have a look ahead to Alabama and Texas A&M when the Ram Trucks halftime report continues.
At the United States Military Academy, you're on the team from day one.
A team where people are the number one priority and winning matters.
A team of scholars, athletes, and leaders, each striving to become all that they can be.
Are you ready to join our team?
West Point, where leaders are made.
Coach Saban, this goat done took over our office.
And he's using it to send out medical bills. Good hands.
Hospital bill for Prime. Yeah. Did you just say Gap?
He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Good thing Coach Prime knows about. Say it one time. Aflac. Because Aflac gets you money to help close that gap.
Now, how do we get this goat out of here?
Aflac. Meet one of my new homies.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover at Aflac.com.
Elephant would have been scarier.
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
A new arrival alarms the Brotherhood of Muscle. Muscular features signal power and performance. Attributes they've never seen in this build. Behold, a new breed. Ready to swarm. Ready to sting. Ready to electrify. The defiant, power-packed, all-new hybrid electric Dodge Hornet RT. Performance electrified.
Lunch? Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
Yeah, it is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, sure. Cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out. It's made with titanium. Not that you don't keep your word. It's just that you haven't.
What?
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Ain't no secret in staying in your prime. You just gotta want it, baby. Eating almonds can help you recover from exercise. Fellas, get after it. So eat your almonds. Own your prime.
Welcome back to the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Later today, the SEC on CBS features a showdown deep in the heart of Texas with control of the SEC West on the line.
Everybody kind of realizes the importance of every game that we play. The whole focus is how can we play better? How can we play good? How can we improve? I'm focused on the next 3 hours to help us play better as a team. That's all I care about.
Time for us to take the next step. Don't be scared of being great.
Anytime you play this team, it is a battle. The SEC is always competitive. It's always kind of a coin flip. Every single game is a big game in this conference. Especially this year, it's a big game this weekend.
11th ranked Alabama and Texas A&M. Our coverage kicking off at 2:30 Eastern time. Each of these teams with a loss, BJ, and you would expect Jalen Milroe is going to be under a lot of pressure today.
Whew, I'm feeling the energy that we're going to feel, and those guys are going to feel when they step onto that field. This is a huge ball game. Milroe, yes, you know they're scouring that A&M film. They've got back-to-back games with at least 7 sacks, 15 TFLs a week ago. I think the Aggies can pull off an upset at home.
Remember, Milroe's from Texas. He's getting a start here. This was his only start a year ago, and he turned the ball over 3 times. So this is his chance to atone. And no matter what you think of Alabama, they're always the measuring stick in the SEC. Yes. The Aggies are going to need to go through Alabama if they're going to get to the SEC West title.
And Bama lost in their last visit there as well on a last-second field goal. That'll do it from here in New York. Thank you for watching. Coming up, the second half of BC and Army.
This has been the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Attention veterans. You can shop tax-free for life. Come home to your military exchanges for tax-free shopping, exclusive pricing, and free shipping options. 100% of earnings go back to military communities, keeping today's military ready and resilient. You served. You sacrificed. You earned this benefit. Visit
Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Castings. For simple shapes, a complete solid pattern may be used. The mold box is filled with special molding sand that is rammed home around the pattern. The molten metal, at precisely the right temperature, is poured into the mold. The assemblies are tumbled. Shaping is done with the aid of machinery, and the fine finish is evidence of the craftsmanship that has gone to their design and construction.
PenguinCustoms.net.
What?
Glad I get credit card fraud alerts from Navy Federal Credit Union. Yeah. Can't imagine where I'd be without them.
Hey, that's mine. Stop that penguin.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
My name is Ashley Cortez, and I'm the founder of the Stay Beautiful Foundation. When I started in 2016, I would go to the post office and literally fill out each person's name on a label. And now at ShipStation, we are shipping 500 beauty boxes a month. It takes less than 5 minutes for me to get all of my labels and get beauty in the hands of women who are battling cancer so much quicker.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and an entree with sides starting at just $10.99. Wait, $10.99? Oh, someone's gonna get in trouble for this one. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
You want to be like me? Well, you can't, because there's only one brand. But you can recover like me. Almonds, every day. They can help you recover from exercise to keep you prime. You want to stay prime, right?
Rainy, sloppy conditions at Michie Stadium. Through one half, Boston College leading 13-3. We'll have the second half at West Point after this.
Down to the wire in the NWSL regular season. Every second counts. Houston, Angel City on CBS Sports Network.
Attention Department of Defense and Coast Guard civilians. If you hold an active Common Access card, you can shop in-store at your PXBX and shopmyexchange.com tax-free. And if you're a retired DoD or Coast Guard civilian, you get exclusive online access. 100% of Army and Air Force Exchange Service earnings support military communities. It matters where you shop. Visit shopmyexchange.com/CAC to learn more.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, save $20 on the VGA57 battery blower. Real STIHL. Find yours.
With Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts, you get Oreo cookie pieces, Heath Toffee, and M&M's minis blended together in one enchanting treat. Give your inner child some dessert, or it might throw a minor temper tantrum. Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts.
Ain't no secret in staying in your prime. You just gotta want it, baby. Eating almonds can help you recover from exercise. Fellas, get after it. So eat your almonds. Own your pride.
At the United States Military Academy, you're on the team from day one.
A team where people are the #1 priority and winning matters.
A team of scholars, athletes, and leaders, each striving to become all that they can be.
Are you ready to join our team?
West Point, where leaders are made.
CBS Sports celebra el mes de la herencia hispana.
Start of the third, and yes, it's still raining. Boston College leads it 13-3. Along with Ross Tucker, Chris Lewis here. All right, we're dry up here in the booth. I know Tina downstairs, it's raining. I feel bad. But what stood out to you in that first half?
Well, I think with this weather, it's about what you expected, right? Both teams heavy with the ground game, and Boston College just having more success with it, primarily with their quarterback, Thomas Castellanos. We expected this, right? A heavy dose of Castellanos. The first touchdown was actually a broken play off of a pass. The second run we're seeing right here, another first down, was him with a scramble, and then the easy touchdown on a designed run late.
All right, as we take a look at the first half stats brought to you by The Exchange, Boston College highlighted the 2-for-2 on fourth down. That came on the same drive, a drive that was 17 plays, the longest drive for Boston College this season. So a big total yards difference as well. Boston College and 2 touchdowns, 1 missed extra point, how they got to 13. But Thomas Castellanos, strong game on the ground. Hey, he's the second leading rusher amongst FBS quarterbacks, and he's lived up to it. Only 5 pass attempts. Haven't need to use him too much through the air, although he did throw a first half interception. Jeff Monken talked to Tina before halftime, and I think the word he used was disgusted and embarrassed at the way that they played in that first 30 minutes. Mundell returns here for Army. Parallel run. Gets back to the 20-yard line. Stays on his feet. Zach Mundell running out of steam. He's finally caught from behind. Right around the 36. Mundell looked like he was running parallel about 20 yards and looked like he'd go nowhere, and then turned it into a big play.
Boy, oh boy, did Army need that. Watch, he's waiting to set up the blockers. He's running to his left. You're not going to outrun Boston College like that, but he breaks one tackle and goes all the way back, reverses field before he gets the couch on his shoulders, and that's the same guy that just chased him down with the tackle that he broke. Unbelievable effort by Jalen Williams to be the same guy that he broke the tackle and then go ahead and make the tackle 30 yards downfield.
53-yard return is the longest for Army this season. That's the boost to begin the second half. Daly lost the ball through the rainy conditions, recovered before it goes out by Robinson. It's a slip and slide at Mikey.
That almost looked like it was by design. Can you imagine if Robinson had scooped that up and scored? Watch Robinson. It went right to him. Don't just fall down, Tyrell. Take it all the way into the end zone. Man, would that have been something? We already got umpires making tackles. We got kick returners who are really quarterbacks reversing field. Now we got bouncing pitches, fumbles that almost look like a pitch.
Don't forget drumsticks falling into the puddles in the stands, too. We had that. Run up the middle. Pyle moves for a couple of yards on first down. All right, Tina, it's been a lot up here. How about down there?
Well, I spoke to Boston College head coach Jeff Hafley after the half, and he said that running back Kai Robichaud is available, but only in an emergency situation as he comes back from an injury. He said that a lot of adjustments need to be done in the second half. They're leaving too many yards in the run game. There's been a lot of misassignments, and he says you never know what can happen in the rain. We're seeing it right now. This game is far from over.
Well, Tina, we hope that you're finding a way to stay at least as dry as possible down there on the field. It's been crazy.
And so it's getting windy too, guys, by the way. Very windy now.
Yeah, and Tina, Army just substituted, so then Boston College has a chance to substitute, and now Army's going to have to call timeout. When you're on offense, if you substitute, you have to give the defense a chance to substitute. So Boston College took their time knowing that that would cause Army to use a timeout.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
This doesn't make sense.
It does to me, Mom.
You're a smart kid. Why do you want to do this?
I love it. You know that.
Okay, but why this way?
Because I want to take on the world's toughest hackers. And this is where it's done. So, what do you think?
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat. So you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
With Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts, you get Oreo cookie pieces, Heath Toffee, and M&M's Minis blended with creamy soft serve. 3 Halloween favorites, without even having to steal from your children. Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. By Ram Trucks, built to serve. By the U.S. Army, be all you can be. And by today's military.
Some epic video captured by our director, Chris Burns, through the rain. See there, yeah, that rain is unrelenting. A second down run is close to first down yardage by Daly. He needed 5. He'll get credit for 4. Third down and short.
So it's third and super short. So Army likely runs it here, but this would be a great play to fake a run and try to get a touchdown right here. If you've got confidence that you can get the first down on the fourth down, this would be a good play for a play-action pass, try to get 6.
Still looking for their first third down conversion this afternoon. It will be the quarterback, Daly, knocked down. They'll give him, it looks like on the initial spot close to the first down, they will say move the, we'll say fourth down, excuse me. I saw one official waving the arm, the other one putting the fist in the air. It's fourth down.
Well, pretty clearly you go for it here, and typically for Army in recent years, it's either been quarterback sneak or Jacoby Buchanan on the fullback dive. I'll be curious to see what they do here. Even on that third down to run it out of gun, not nearly the success that Army usually has in these short yardage plays.
So they're going to say first down. I saw the officials disagree. One waved for a first down, the other had the fist in the air saying fourth. They come together, they say first down.
Well, they didn't get very much, that's for sure. It was a nice job by Cameron. Look at this formation right now. This is like a reverse wishbone out of the pistol.
You always have the right name at the right time, too. You can pull it out. Daly turns it up the field, and he's knocked down at the 10. So that unique formation to give some deception for Daly to run for 4.
Well, watch Robinson. They want him to be the pitch man, but he tripped. He got tripped in the back. Watch this.
Oh, wow.
So look at Daly. I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to pitch. Oh, there's nobody there. That's got to be a bad feeling, man, when you think you're going to pitch the ball and you look out there and there's nobody out there to pitch it to.
That's hilarious.
It's amazing that they got 4 yards on that.
You turn, you hope you have a guy there, and your friend's not there.
There we go, reverse wishbone again. They can run option either way out of this.
Up the middle, and a crease. Touchdown Army, Tyrell Robinson. Reverse wishbone, if you will, provides luck for the Black Knights.
Boy, is it nice for the Black Knights to have that young man back so they can fire those cannons. He is explosive. You'll see the action going right. He comes back to the left, so the offensive line just blocked inside zone on the left, but all of the other action with the backs and quarterback going right is what made the huge hole. That's why you have all that backfield action.
6 plays, 37 yards. Army back in it. Tyrell Robinson, thanks to the great kick return, by the way, by Zach Lundell. A lot of running for a 53-yard return. And then Robinson, welcome back.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did. So I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
The Sonic 2 for $7 deal lets you choose from the Sonic Cheeseburger, Chicken Sandwich, or Foot-Long Chili Cheese Coney. Any two for $7. Because that friend that says they only want one bite never just wants one bite. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting RIGHT to 42424.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text RIGHT to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Hold it!
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Let's take a look at today's Serve Pro First Responder. It is the response on the first drive of the half for Army.
Well, it started with the Mundell kick return. I still can't get over that hustle by Jaden Williams from Boston College, but then they had the nice run by Daly. The ball fumbled out. Robinson picked it up, and he was rewarded with getting the touchdown later in the drive.
Tyrell Robinson caps it off. First touchdown of the year. His first game played this season. Working his way back from tearing his ACL early last October. Season debut. For the junior.
I was like, no. I just heard
a good smile about it. That must be a great moment. I imagine that rehab process is so grueling, so tough. Moments where you probably doubt yourself. And to score a touchdown in your return. Unreal. Into the end zone. 25-yard line for Boston College. The watch party, the military base in Jordan, looking on at Army now right back in this game. Down only 3 points in their defense. Chance to give their offense the football back.
Yeah, those guys have to be happy about that start to the second half for the Black Knights. And let's see if they can tighten up on defense. BC had a lot of success running, in particular, the design quarterback runs from Castellanos. We'll see whether or not this Army defense has a better plan to slow down number 1.
Number 24 gets the handoff. That's Pat Garwo. From East Pennsylvania, Levittown, PA. Pick up a 5 on first down. Boston College coming off of their largest halftime comeback since 1997 when they trailed 21-7 at the half to Virginia. Their comeback in 1997 was against West Virginia. Now they're hoping to hold on to a lead. Castellanos is drilled. The linebacker Caleb Fortner laying down the wood, the sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. Still a gain of 3.
More like knocks them back, Phil. Am I right? Watch this come over from Fortner. This is a big-time stick, 53. Bam! Right there in the hole. Knoxville. Wow. That was awesome. I mean, it's not easy to start here at Army as a sophomore, and both he and his brother, his twin brother, is a wide receiver, both get a lot of playing time.
Leave a bruise, that's burnt orange. Up the middle, Castellanos stood up, and he does get the first. They say he got just enough to move the chains. Again, on a touchback, all you need to do is get that nose of the football at the 35-yard line. That's all you need, just a part of that ball to the 35 to get the first.
Right, it's almost like the goal line at that point, right? Because you know it was a touchback, so they got the ball at the 25.
Castellanos hands to Garwo. Pushes forward to the 40. Gain of about 5. Now it's time for a day in the life of a cadet, brought to you by today's military. We focus in on Leo Lowen.
I mean, I didn't do any of this stuff. Look at this.
You did lunch. I
look
know
at
that.
This 4-hour period right there. Who goes from production operations management to officership to system simulation?
Well, the king of the press box food shot says I don't do any of that.
I do lunch, yeah. I didn't go to Dean's out.
Garwo explodes. Pat Garwo caught from behind by the 10. Max DiDomenico runs him down, but an explosive run sets up 1st and goal.
Nothing fancy here from Boston College. They are just coming right at Army right now. You'll see the center Kendall. What a block by the center Kendall. Again, look at 65 Logan Taylor just looking for somebody to block. And thankfully for Army, DiDomenico able to chase down Garwo. They need to try to hold him to a field goal attempt here. Army's been very good with their red zone defense.
Pick up a 50 on the ground. Castellanos follows it up. Angles outside. The joystick to the end zone. Thomas Castellanos, his third rushing touchdown of the game for BC.
Man, he is electric, and when you block it that well, that's going to be an easy touchdown again. Because when you run the court, watch, you're going to get the right guard pulling and the running back in front. Watch 24 Garwo right there. He gets the key block at the point of attack.
Three rushing touchdowns in this game, doubles his total to 6 on the season. The extra point is clean. Boston College leads.
We are going back and forth with the old school bully ball. That time it was Boston College and the Eagles flying back into the end zone.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MS250 chainsaw. Real steel. Find yours.
When pain wants to keep you on the sidelines, know you have options to keep you doing what you love. As one of the world's leading medical technology companies, Stryker offers innovative foot and ankle products that help you get back in the game and on your feet. Stryker and Army West Point Athletics have joined forces to help you learn more about foot and ankle pain and provide you resources so you can find a specialist in your area. Visit Stryker.com/WestPoint to learn more.
My name is Ashley Cortez, and I'm the founder of the Stay Beautiful Foundation. When I started in 2016, I would go to the post office and literally fill out each person's name on a label. And now at ShipStation, we are shipping 500 beauty boxes a month. It takes less than 5 minutes for me to get all of my labels and get beauty in the hands of women who are battling cancer so much quicker.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to ShipStation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did. So I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
With the Sonic 2 for $7 deal, you can choose from 3 delicious favorites for only $7. A Sonic cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, or a foot-long chili cheese coney. It might be the greatest pairing since cherry and limeade. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Win picking up at West Point. Tomorrow it's an NFL on CBS doubleheader with the early games. Headlined by a hard-nosed AFC North matchup, Ravens-Steelers. Later, you got Mahomes and the Chiefs. They go on the road against the Vikings. Can't wait for Sunday NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount+. Hey, we're talking Ravens. Zay Flowers, former Boston College receiver, and he's really been the #1 target, it seems, at receiver for Lamar Jackson in his first year.
He has been outstanding. He was awesome last year for Boston College, only the last couple years. And I don't know if this would have been the best day for him, though, unless they gave it to him on the jet sweeps and the reverses, because it's not been a big day for throwing the football for either squad.
Well, Liddell had a great return, 53 yards to begin the third quarter. Back for more. That physical running style across the 30-yard line. Let's check in with Tina Cervasio.
Well, speaking of the NFL, Jeff Hafley was the San Francisco 49ers defensive backs coach from 2016 to 2018. For 2 years, he worked under defensive coordinator Robert Saleh, now head coach of the New York Jets, on CBS tomorrow as well. Hafley told me he talks to Saleh almost every single day. They talk about their lives now as head coaches. Hafley said they're both picking each other up, especially when losing, because you don't want to talk to anyone else but those who know what it's like. And Hafley said after a Jets loss, Saleh, in fact, would call him early in the morning. They bounce things off each other, talk defensive schemes, all for each other.
Tina, they both had some adversity, of course, this year at Boston College. They had a 1-3 start before their win last week, and we all know what the Jets have had to go through with their loss of Aaron Rodgers on the 4th play of the season.
Watch this. This is beautiful. This is a quarterback counter. And watch the big guys, the right guard, Scott, the right tackle, Finucane, the seal, the kick out, Daly gets up in there. That's Army football right there. It's a nice 9-yard gain on first down. Much more success for the Black Knights running the ball so far here in the second half.
Sheeta Salah being minimally assisted back. Salah had an injury week 1 last year and then missed the rest of the season. Guy, when he's healthy, though, is a great pass rusher.
And I know I said this earlier on a 3rd and short, but 2nd and 1 is a dream down for an offensive coordinator because you feel like you have a free play or an extra play to take a shot.
Olawale in motion. Bailey keeps first down and more. Bitter batters, stiff arm, and brings the defender Johnson down with him. And that's the kind of run that can fire up a sideline. A pickup of 23.
All of these shifts and motions make it so tough for the defense. You'll see everybody's going right, including the camera guy. So by the time Bryson Daly comes back to the left, there was nobody there. Excellent fake by Army up front. Now watch the stiff arm right here. You're allowed to butt the face mask. You can't grab it. That's a nice job there. He didn't grab it. If you grab it, they can call you for a face mask, but you are allowed to stiff arm it directly into the mask.
Up the middle for Reed. Reed on first down with Pupil making the tackle. Armed Forces football, proudly supported by Serve Pro. So Army with their new gun option offense. Drew Thatcher, the offensive coordinator, replacing the triple option with the gun option offense. And we're seeing the same kind of deception in the run game here on this drive.
BC showing zone coverage here.
Second down. Bailey does get the pitch, Reed, but that's played well. Jalen Cheek stuck to his keys to make the tackle, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's option football on defense is assignment football. Watch 42, DePalma. He knows he's got the quarterback. So he's on Daly, and then Cheek will come out, number 10, and he's got the pitch man. DePalma takes the quarterback. Cheek takes the pitch man. That is beautiful, and that's really good coaching from Hafley.
How different is option defense from what you do on a week-in, week-out basis against traditional teams?
Very, very different. Now, Army's not triple under center anymore, but they still have some option elements. 4-down territory here for the Black Knights.
3rd down, fake the pitch. Daly, throw, over the middle, short, hauls it in, knocked down immediately, but picks up the first down. So how about that from Drew Thatcher, dialing it up for 15 yards through the air.
Short had a big game last week against Syracuse. 6 catches, 105 yards for the sophomore. You'll see the fake by Daly is so key, because it gets all the linebackers to bite up. So Cheek had pretty good coverage on Short, but there's nobody at the second level in front of him because of the run fake.
First down, Robinson. Can he get the outside? Not quite. Cheek all over him, as well as DePalma. Pickup of 3 yards on first down.
Watch this real quick. Watch both left side linemen run right, and then they still give it to Robinson going left. Watch this. Picture yourself a linebacker. You see both linemen pull that way, but they still go with the ball that way, and DePalma runs over the receiver on the way to making a play. But Army gives you so many horizontal conflicts, right? Linemen pulling one way, quarterback going the other, the running back going this way. Really does make it difficult, forces the linebackers to wait a half a count.
Spotted at the 16, and so 2nd and 6. Bailey zigzags, has the first down, crawls forward, and sets up 1st and goal.
Man, I am loving this gun option right now, Chris. I am loving this gun option and what they're able to do. This time, again, Daly able to follow the 2 blocking line. Watch these 2 guys pull, and they get excellent blocks. Daly has the patience. to wait to let Filipowicz gets a block, Hoyt gets a block, the backside's block, and Lingenfelter's killing dudes on the backside as normal. This is Army football right now.
They cap it off. 1st and goal. Reed, powerful legs into the end zone. Physicality, the name of the game on Army's touchdown drive.
It might not be under center option anymore, Chris, but Army is still playing smash mouth, run the ball football in their new way and style. Lingenfelter, again, gosh, I love that guy, as Hayden Reed drags a defender into the end zone.
Moretsky to kick the extra point, counties. So Army will not go away. Push-ups. Indeed, Corps of Cadets as Army's within 3. Hayden Reed and Bryson Daly and the military base in Jordan, they're loving it. Boston College and Army, it's a good one in the second half.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
For the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean!
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium?
No way I could trade this busted up thing for one.
Maybe stealing wishes from the birthday boy is not your best plan. Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Where'd you want to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did. So I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
With Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts, you get Oreo cookie pieces, Heath Toffee, and M&M's Minis blended together in one enchanting treat. Give your inner child some dessert, or it might throw a minor temper tantrum. Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts.
AP poll powered by Ram Trucks. A couple of fun matchups. A Oregon-Washington matchup. Something that takes center stage on another fun day of college football. And glad you're beginning the day with us. Army and Boston College. Army punched in another touchdown.
Well, and it was from a big punch from their tight end, Josh Lingenfelter. I'm not aware. Watch this. Look at that, driving the defensive end back into the end zone and then dumping him on the ground. Look on the left side of the screen. I am not aware of a better blocking tight end in college football than number 88, Joshua Lingenfelter.
Talked to Lingenfelter yesterday, and with Army, just awesome individuals. The things that stood out about Lingenfelter, his parents, both were in the Air Force, so growing up, moving all over the place from Alaska to Florida. Different conditions in both those locations. Poor return here by Lewis Bond. Started with a bobble and then really never recovered. And he stopped before he gets to the 20-yard line.
You know, Chris, you mentioned our talk with Lingenfelter yesterday. That's my favorite part of the week. Yeah. Anytime I do an Army home game, talking with these young men, you know, both his parents were in the Air Force. First 8 years in Alaska. He's a military brat. All he knew is he wanted to go to the military. He didn't even know that you could play football at Army at first. It's unbelievable.
Tina, you have more.
chance to talk to Josh. He told me that he keeps a close eye on a couple of NFL tight ends, including George Kittle, because of his fundamentals and just the way he uses their technique with the zone.
Garwo up to the 40-yard line. So Pat Garwo starts the drive for Boston College with a pickup of 22.
Boy, you don't see this very often. That Army's just kind of getting run over on the defensive side of the ball. Boston College has that big offensive line. People call them O-line U. With all of the guys they have produced over the years, you think Damian Woody and Chris Snee and Pete Kendall, more recently guys like Lindstrom. I mean, they've got Zion Johnson, and they're leaning on those guys right now.
Mahogany projected to be the next in line. There is a flag on this first down run.
Holding, offense number 66, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So is that another announcer's jinx, Ross?
I was just going to ask you that. Does that count as an announcer's jinx if I just reference his dad? Boy, he looks just like his dad. Drew Kendall does not like the call, but he looks a lot like his father. Take a look, middle of the screen right there. Kendall's working against the nose. Yeah, he kind of tugged him down a little bit. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have called it, but then again, I'm a former offensive lineman. I'm not going to call many.
I was still looking for one of the. Although you do point out some of the. How could you hold like that? That's obvious.
I'm not sure what the discussion is here. You know, I was playing for Washington in 2007. Look at the right side of the screen, by the way. Monken, you see that chart right there?
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out if he wants to accept the penalty or not.
Interesting.
So they have a whole chart that tells them every situation. You know, do you want it to be 2nd and 8 or however many yards that BC got, or 1st and 20? He's trying to make sure he knows where the ball would be if they don't accept the penalty. I would think he's going to push him back.
There's a question about accepting or declining the penalty. It's a 10-yard penalty.
Ross, that's great insight right there. Great spot by you to see that chart. I saw a bunch of red and green. I had no idea what that could be.
Well, it tells them when to go, when to not go. They're still looking at it right now. They want to make sure they know in that situation. And that's all math, right? That's all worked out ahead of time.
It's 1st and 20.
Although both coaches would tell you, you have the math and you have the book, right? But the book doesn't know if it's pouring rain or really windy, so the book is a guide to help you make your decision.
Castellanos is usually a factor in 4th down decisions. His mobility for Boston College, another impressive run, but there is a flag down by the near side.
They got the corner there, the edge.
Illegal block in the back by the offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So this a problem area for Boston College throughout this season. One of the most penalized teams in the nation.
Bond didn't like it. Bottom of your screen, middle of the bottom, there's Cam Jones. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Now, he didn't come back. It wasn't like a forceful crackback. But if you're going to come back, block a guy like that, your helmet has to be in front. If your helmet's not in front of the body of the defender, that's a clear block in the back.
Yeah, this note is a huge one. Now, coming into this game, Boston College, 10 penalties per game. Army had 9 penalties all season. First down and 23 to go. There's Louis Bond, trying to get the ball in his hands as much as possible, but he's wrapped up immediately. That brings up 2nd and long. Tano Lutuli makes the tackle.
Army needs to stop here. I mean, let's be honest, right? You get 2 penalties like that. This is a golden opportunity for Nate Woody and his staff to get this defense off the field. 2nd and 21. You can't let them get 21 yards the next 2 downs. BC likely looking to kind of split the difference here, right? They're not going to get 22 yards on this play. That's unlikely. They're looking for a play that gets them 10, gives them a shot on 3rd down.
2nd and 21. They're going for more than 10. Beat down the near side. A collision. The ball bounces, and I don't see a flag. Joseph Griffin, the intended target, Cameron Jones in coverage, 3rd and long.
Or they're going to just chuck it down the field like Castellanos did right there. There's contact from both sides. I'm okay with the no call there, and then the ball clearly bounced. Although Griffin, man, that was close. I don't think it would have bounced like that if it hadn't hit the ground at all. 3rd and 21. Now if you're Army, you play zone coverage, you drop back, and you're alert for a screen or a draw. BC better hurry up.
Only 3 on the play clock. They get it off. Screen in the middle is dropped. They tried to get Bond on a tunnel screen, and those blockers were moving down the field. 4th down.
And that drive was hijacked by the BC mistakes. That time it was the drop by Bond. He had a block in the back earlier. They had a hold on Kendall. And Army's got a chance to get the ball back here in pretty good field position and take their first lead of the day.
So this is Sam Candati actually into punt, not DiLoretto. This is Candati, who's their starting punter, who's been injured since the beginning of the year, coming back. They said they would use him in more pooch punt situations, but this is Jones on the return, and it's up to the 39-yard line. So we had DiLoretto for Boston College on the first couple of punts, Candati there. And now Army with the ball and a chance to tie with a field goal or go in front.
And Army, really both offenses until that last drive by Boston College, both offenses are starting to exert their will a little bit in the run game. I'd expect Army to come out with a heavy dose of Tyrell Robinson and the quarterback Bryson Daly. Their offensive line was really starting to block well, including the tight end Lingenfelter on that last drive.
Huge drive for Army. Good field position. Hand off to Robinson, piled up. Pickup of 1.5. 3rd quarter, 10 seconds left, and they'll let this one wind as Army, strong quarter. Remember, they trailed at halftime 13-3. They get a couple of touchdowns that are now within 3. 12th man Corps of Cadets looking on, trying to lead Army back. End of 3. BC by 3.
NFL Plus. I catch live, local, and primetime games on my phone.
And I catch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone.
Catch it all and start streaming NFL Plus today. Plans start at $6.99 a month.
This doesn't make sense.
It does to me, Mom.
You're a smart kid. Why do you want to do this?
I love it. You know that.
Okay, but why this way?
Because I want to take on the world's toughest hackers. And this is where it's done. So, what do you think?
Where'd you want to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did. So I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
With Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts, you get Oreo cookie pieces, Heath Toffee, and M&M's Minis blended with creamy soft serve. 3 Halloween favorites, without even having to steal from your children. Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like man over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting RIGHT to 42424.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text RIGHT to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Army making noise after trailing by 10 at halftime. They were down 13-3. 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Half the football to start the fourth from the 40. Second down, 9 to go. Play action. Daly has an open target. Down the near side. It's a first down. Casey Reynolds. Army has it rolling here in the second half. That's a gain of 28.
Well, this is what Army does to you. Their defensive coordinator for Boston College, Azar Abdul-Rahim, said the corners get bored. You just keep thinking, oh, he's blocking me, it's a run, and then they sneak a receiver past you for a big game. BC is discombobulated here. Hafley might have to call timeout. I'm not sure they have the right personnel out there right now.
Yeah, they look confused. Army lets the play clock go down. With 1 second, they get it off. Reed powers through inside the 25-yard line before he meets Johnson. That's a gain of 7.
Let's take another look at that catch by Casey Reynolds. The fake up the middle, and you can just see the corner, Jones, in the trail position for Boston College. He was thinking, here comes option. Here comes the run. I got to make a tackle. That's why you want to run the pass to the same direction where you're faking the run. It really puts that corner in a tough spot.
Army looking for their first lead of the game. Udo. They're going to mark it a yard shy of the first. Brooks and Ezeraku make the tackle, 3rd and 1.
Watch DePalma hit this. Man, I really love the way this young man plays. He sees it, he hits it, bang. Now, he doesn't get credit for making the tackle there, but he made the play to slow him down. Otherwise, it would have easily been a first down. 3rd and very short. I don't think Army will take the chance with a pass. I think they want to make sure they keep the clock moving and get the first down.
3rd down, the powerful quarterback does have it. Bentley, who's thrown it more than any Army quarterback in the last 10 years, that time on the ground.
That is a tough play to defend. And really, both teams have done it well. Any type of quarterback lead play where you have that back in front of you like that, it's tough. And Army has been on a roll here in the second half, mixing the run and pass. Really good second half so far for their new offense coordinator, Drew Thatcher, and Matt Trinkle next to him. Boston College still, now they're subbing out again because Army did.
They can snap it with too many men on the field. I think they got it off just in time. Daly play action, rifles over the middle. A diving catch by Hayden Reed. There is a flag down by the Boston College sideline, so maybe they did not get off the field. Regardless, a positive play for Army.
Legal substitution. There were 12 players on the field on defense during that play. Penalties decline. First down.
So did not get off. But again, Army does get 10 on the play.
I think Hafley was telling the side judge next to him, if it's going to be 12 guys, I want a timeout. If it's going to be 12, I want a timeout. But the judge further down saw him still on the field and threw it. Well, that's tough. It doesn't really matter. Army got the first down with the throw anyway.
First and goal. Daly gets rid of it, darts it in there for a touchdown to Tyson Riley, and Army takes their first lead.
Any run action to where they watch Tyson Riley here. He sneaks out. Actually, might be from the other side. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, Tyson Riley comes in motion and then leads up. Boy, that is really well designed. That is awesome. I thought Tyson Riley was on the play side. He came underneath the formation. If I can't find him on the telestrator, no wonder Boston College didn't see him at first.
6 passing touchdown in the season for Bryson Daly. Most since 2018 for an Army quarterback.
How about this new offense for the Army Black Knights? 3 for 3 in the second half, scoring touchdowns against Boston College. Right now, the Black Knights can't be stopped.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $30 on the GTA 26 handheld battery pruner. Real steel. Find yours.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
The Sonic 2 for $7 deal lets you choose from the Sonic Cheeseburger, Chicken Sandwich, or Foot-Long Chili Cheese Coney. Any two for $7. Because that friend that says they only want one bite never just wants one bite. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean!
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Encore, proud partner of Army West Point Athletics. By The Exchange. Army football is proudly sponsored by The Exchange. And by Stryker. Is foot or ankle pain keeping you on the sidelines? Visit Stryker.com/WestPoint to learn more.
Army strikes, and the lead has been exchanged as Army now in front 24-20. How about Drew Thatcher in the offense for Army in this second half? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Man, I got to tell you too, Chris, I was kind of skeptical of the new offense here for Army when I heard about it this offseason, but I am impressed.
And he was fired up. We showed him after the touchdown heading into that last break, and nobody more excited than him.
But now they got to get a stop, and the only time they've really gotten a stop here in the second half is when Boston College kind of killed themselves with penalties on their last drive. I don't know that Army's really been able to stuff this Boston College rushing attack, and my guess is they're going to come right at them. They've had a lot of success with it, and I guess you'll see #1, Castellanos, run the ball quite a bit here. They lean on him. Sorry, Chris. They lean on him when they have to have it in certain situations.
Ross, I was going to mention how Tina brought up the fact that Castellanos has that calm personality, doesn't get rattled. So this is the type of situation where that personality could pay off after his team's been in front all game, has the football down on the scoreboard for the first time.
And that was pretty well blocked, except for they couldn't get to Leo Lowen. Army doing a pretty good job with their front, moving guys around to try to keep Lowen free. That's a win for Army on first down to limit them to just 2 yards.
2nd and 8. Garlow off tackle to the 34. Again, with the touchback means the 35. Any part of the ball that touches it. Still short, 3rd and 1.
I'm going to predict a run here, Chris.
I mean, that's not necessarily bold in a game like this.
No, I'm joking, although I will say this. Army, a couple times, just when you think it's been a run, Army's thrown it and had a lot of success with it. Let's see if Boston College gives Army a dose of their own medicine. I tend to think this is probably Castellanos with Garlow leading.
Garlow. Ooh. That collision, but it's a first down. Lowen and Fortner both there to crash on it, but all he needed was one.
Fortner from the School of Hard Knoxville again. Garlow gets up a little bit gimpy. Watch Fortner, 53. This young man, this is what we call bringing the wood. Watch 53. Whap. Perfect form tackle. It is not easy to knock a guy backwards like that.
Castellanos to the air, sets his feet, rifles deep. Griffin has it knocked away. Jabari Moore caught up to him to make the play defensively.
Jabari Moore has been so good for Army for so long. A little bit banged up coming into today. Watch him at the tail end of this play. Might have got there a little bit early. Does he get here a little bit early? They're going for Griffin. Watch. You know what? I like the no call there. At that first angle, I thought maybe he pushed him. That time, that was pretty good.
Broome with a pretty good run. First down and more into Army territory. Max DiDomenico, the last hope to make the tackle. 15-yard pickup.
Watch the right side here. Takis is a really good blocking tight end, and he does a nice job up front there. Takis kicking out. Look at the whole right side. Even the receiver Bond downfield. They like to run behind Mahogany, and Takis is a really good blocker, the Notre Dame transfer.
Right at midfield. Fake the screen to Bond. Castellanos keeps it. Tracked by 3 Black Knights and escorted to the sideline for a loss.
He wanted to throw it right out to the wide receiver right away, but Army was all over it. He was looking to just throw a quick look pass, they call it, out to the wide receiver, but heads up play actually by Castellanos, because that might have been picked. Army jumped all over it.
Robichaux into the game at running back. Heard it be used in only emergency situations. That's what Tina reported right after halftime. That's, at least by my count, the first play that he's been in on. And Castellanos gets a gain of 1 on the ground.
Well, Garlow limped off, and you're down by 4 with 8 minutes left. I would say this is an emergency situation. 3rd and 10 here. Remember, BC is as aggressive as any team in the country going for it on 4th down. So even if they get 7 or 8 here, Jeff Hafley's likely to go.
Third and 10 from midfield. Castellanos pressured. Pitter patters the feet. Jumps to throw. And Griffin is wrapped up. He's about a yard. Make it 2 shy of the first.
But they got close enough. They got close enough. They're going to go. And I agree with the decision to go here. 4th and 2 at the 42. This is who Jeff Hafley is. Castellanos wanted to run. Watch this, Chris. He wanted to run. He's like, oh, that's not going to work. That's really well done by Castellanos to just get positive yardage. Robichaux is their power running back, but they're still better off with him as a lead blocker for Castellanos.
Fake the sweep. Castellanos, 4th and 2, doesn't get it. The Army Black Knights form a wall with Caleb Fortner in front. Turnover on downs.
Not so sure about that play call right there by BC, because the Black Knights weren't fooled by the jet sweep at all. They were expecting Castellanos up the middle, and they got him.
Wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean.
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza just for you, with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99, only at Papa John's.
Look like there's a flag. Mike, I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. How do you stay in such great shape?
Nugenix Total T, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gives me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Nugenix?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie talk about it? Men over 40, get Nugenix Total T and get back on your game.
Tell him to send a text. Send a text.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text BOLD.
Hey, Raph, aren't you forgetting something?
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text BOLD to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
CBS Sports celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month. Ross, one word, goosebumps.
I mean, they are so fired up. They want the overnight pass. They want the extra hours pass. And honestly, I think as much as anything else, they just want to see their guys that do the same stuff they have to do, right? They take the same tough classes. They do the same commitments in the morning. They want to see these guys have success.
They've had second half success trying to keep it up with Udo on the ground, Palma on the stop. So Army trailed this game 13-3. 3 drives in the second half, 3 touchdowns for the Black Knights.
And obviously that would be wonderful. As much as anything right now, Army wants one of those long, clock-eating, textbook Black Knight drives. They got their receiver lined up in the backfield with this reverse wishbone. Noah Shorts in the backfield, 15.
Gets the snap. Hand off to Reed. So many options. No, it's not your traditional under center triple option. To midfield, 3rd and shorts. Let's take a look at the player profile brought to you by the U.S. Army. Bryson Daly.
8 of 9 passing, 92 yards. He's got a great chance to go over 100 yards, both passing and rushing, if he ends up throwing it all again. They want to try to keep it on the ground. They're going to watch. They're going to try to get this play clock below 5 seconds before they snap it every time. You have the lead, shorten the game. Makes sense.
Daly outside. First down, then throws the pitch, and Reed makes the catch. If that's backwards, that's clean, and that's a touchdown for Army. With no flags down, of course they can take a look at it. But 50 yards for the score and a 2-possession lead.
Watch where he throws the ball and where the ball's caught. He throws it at the 47.5. It's caught closer to the 46. That is a forward pass, in my mind, that they're going to take a look at.
The previous play is under further review.
And really, this would be a critical error for Army because Daly already had the first down. Watch where the ball is released. Probably about the 47, caught closer to the 46. I think that's pretty clearly a forward pass. It's the right job by the officials to take a look at it. Maybe this is even a better angle. It's where the ball is released and where it's caught. Released before the 47, caught closer to the 46. That's a forward pass. I think this is coming back. Right at the 47. I'll give him the 47 as that ball comes out of his right fingertip. And then Reed, even though he's in the air, he's past the 47. Now it has to be indisputable visual evidence, Chris. Is there anything that you would consider in dispute there?
I think that's forward. I'm right with you,
I'm pretty confident that that's forward. It's a shame for Army that Daly did not pitch it earlier or just keep the ball because they had the first down.
And Ross, that's the thing. When you're running forward, like, you have to deliberately, even like with the arm motion, like swing the ball back, because when you're running, that momentum takes you forward, takes the ball forward as well. And it didn't really even look like too much of a backwards pitch motion from Daly. Let's get the call, Riley Johnson.
After reviewing the play, it was an illegal forward pass by number 13. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's Lawson down, 4th down.
Wow. Woo. Talk about a game-changing moment with 5:40 left. Again, Ross, you said it. He had the first down.
That is the killer.
Yes.
The killer is the loss of down, because now it's going to bring up 4th and 3 for Army, and they're going to have to punt it. He threw it at about the 47-yard line. So if it's a 5-yard foul, the ball should go back to the other 47.
Right now they have the ball marked at midfield on the down mark on the far side, but they haven't addressed the penalty yet, so they are going to
Yeah, it
march
should be
that
at the
back.
48, I would say, if they said he threw it at the 40. Yeah, they're marking it at the 48.
And that's not close enough in the book to really go for that.
No, I mean, Army might act like, no, they're not even going to act like they're going to go for it. Wow. That is as significant of a play as there's been in this game, because Army had the first down. And Daly got a little anxious, maybe a little greedy, and now Army has to punt it. If you have a hard count on your punt, this is the time to use it to try to get BC to jump.
Cooper Allen is the punter. Lewis Bonds, the returner. On a wet day, the punt off the side of the foot and out of bounds.
Wow.
That's the second time that Allen has had a punt go off the side of his foot in these rainy conditions at West Point. There's another look. Clearly off the side, just a 14-yard punt. Boston College gets a break and the football.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
He may not turn out to be a black belt or play Carnegie Hall.
He'll take the chicken fingers.
But with the money you earn from your PenFed checking and savings accounts,
He's growing up. Look at him.
your goal of supporting his dreams will always be worth it. I got it.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
John's garlic sauce fans, we made the Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza just for you, with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99, only at Papa John's.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean.
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Coming up next, we head to Annapolis. Navy battle the Mean Green of North Texas. Then at 8 Eastern, Mountain West action, San Jose State, Boise State. Catch it all here on CBS Sports Network. Thanks for beginning your Saturday of college football here with us. It's a good one. Boston College and Army. BC led in the first half. Army's dominated the second half and built the lead, but Army football a chance to go in front with a touchdown. Kai Robichaux, who wasn't used in the first 3 quarters of this game, the usual starting running back for BC. But thanks to like Garwo, who was slow to get up on a couple of drives ago, it's been Robichaux used in an emergency situation.
Well, and he is the biggest of the running backs for Boston College, the Western Kentucky transfer. Coaches told us, listen, he didn't look great in shorts, but you put the helmet and shoulder pads on, it's a different story.
Castellanos on the ground. There's the wheels. First and more inside the 40-yard line. Castellanos over 400 yards rushing this season.
Watch the fullback Robichaux with the block. It's not pretty, right? It's not great on Lowen. It's enough. You know, not every block has to be a pancake. Not every block has to be awesome. The whole idea of a block is to prevent the defender from making the play. Robichaux got enough of Lowen for Castellanos to have that big run.
2 receivers on the near side. Castellanos slides before the 35-yard line.
He missed the hole. I mean, the hole was to the right. He had the left guard, Hergel, pull out there. Robichaux had a nice block on the lead. I think if Castellanos took that to the right, he would have had a much better game.
Boston College looking for back-to-back wins for the first time since November of 2021. Second and 9, flag first.
Ball start. Offense number 60. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
And this has been the problem area for BC, not only in the second half of this game, but pretty much all season long.
And that puts them behind the chains. Remember, they had that one drive where they had back-to-back significant penalties. Not too far now, and with the score and situation, this is pretty much 4-down territory regardless for Boston College.
Second and 14, draw. Castellanos can't bounce it outside. He's wrapped up by Lowen. Gets to about the original line of scrimmage.
Leo Lowen's so good. I really enjoy watching him play. Watch, he's going to drop back, but then be aware of it and come forward. Watch him. He'll drop back a little bit, looking around. Oh, I see the lineman. That means he's running. As soon as he saw the lineman running towards him, he knew exactly what was going on there.
So 3rd down and 10. Remember, BC needs a touchdown on this drive because they missed an extra point after their first touchdown. Broom to the outside on the sweep. And he is corralled at the 32, 4th down.
4-down territory. They clearly need to go for it here.
Remember, this was after the first Boston College touchdown. Liam Connor's extra point on a rainy day, no good. And usually those things have a way to come back to haunt you.
In fairness to Liam Connor, I don't think Jeff Hafley would attempt a field goal here anyway. And they're taking a lot of time off the clock. If they don't get this, they're not leaving themselves a whole lot of room on the other side.
4th and 4. Castellanos needs the 28. He has it.
Wow.
First down.
And it doesn't really make sense for either side to use their timeouts. I think Army could consider it, but Boston College is still far enough away from the end zone. I think if you're Army, you want Boston College to have time be a factor on their end of things.
Both teams that have been driven by the ground game all game long, really all season. 1st and 10. Robichaux trying to run the show on the ground. Austin Hill with the tackle for Army. That clock winding now, 91 seconds.
Hafley's handling this well, though. They have 3 timeouts. They don't need to go crazy.
2nd and 6. Castellanos right outside the red zone. So it sets up 3rd and short. There's the timeout called by Boston College. Oh boy, this is fun. Here at West Point's Nail Biter.
A new arrival alarms the Brotherhood of Muscle. Muscular features signal power and performance. Attributes they've never seen in this build. Behold, a new breed. Ready to swarm. Ready to sting. Ready to electrify. The defiant, power-packed, all-new hybrid electric Dodge Hornet RT. Performance electrified.
Stay right left! Show room. Clear.
Do you really want to go through with this?
Absolutely.
You've always stood up for what you believed in, but this?
What could mean more than this? So, Mom, what do you think?
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, were cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a 1 topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean.
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Boston College 20 yards away from taking the lead. Ross, let's revisit your keys to the game.
Well, at the start of the game, we talked about it. First down defense, I think, has been pretty good for Boston College. They have finished in the red zone. Army did not get off to a fast start, and I don't know that I'd say they've contained Castellanos, but it doesn't really matter if they contain him right now.
3rd down, 3 to go from the 20.
Quarterback lead here behind Robichaux.
Quarterback lead behind Robichaux. Gets the outside. 1st down. Slithers for more. To the 5. Brought down near the 2.
Now Army needs to call timeout. The clock will stop on the 1st down, but Army needs to try to reserve as much time as possible for after Boston College scores now that they're this close. Everybody knew Castellanos was going to be able to run the ball there, and Army still couldn't stop it. I mean, I called the play before they ran the play, but it was just executed that well by the Eagles.
Timeout. Army. That is their 2nd of this half. Game clock operator, please put 1:13 on the game clock. 1:13. Thank you.
Now, if you're Army, like, if Boston College is going to score, you kind of want them to score early. Of course, you're going to do everything you can to keep them out. But with 1 timeout left and 1:13 to go, like, those are crucial things on the other side if Boston College does score.
Right. I think if Army needed a touchdown, then I think they might be more likely to consider letting them score. Can you even imagine, by the way, all of the military members right now hearing us talk about conceding anything?
That's true.
I could just hear them in their houses. Never surrender. But sometimes it is the smarter move to concede the touchdown.
Lose the battle to win the war.
To try to win the war. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Army will do that, but because it's at the 3-yard line. But I bet you they probably did have a conversation about it because it's going to be really tough to stop BC here on 4 downs. No penalties if you're BC.
Robichaux crawls forward.
He was down short, which is good for Boston College.
Yeah, he's down at the 1.
Yeah, that's actually beneficial for BC.
Forces Army to use that last timeout.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's probably better off for BC in the long run that he was short there.
30-second timeout. Army. This is their second of the half.
They had a guy.
A correction. That's their third and final timeout. Third and final timeout of the half for Army. This will be a 30-second timeout.
That's a significant difference. Meanwhile, Max DiDomenico, who did not play a couple of weeks ago against Syracuse in Army's last game with an injury, he's a player down.
Take a look at Max DiDomenico, the safety, left side of your screen, number 6 right there. We'll see what happens. He comes in unblocked, slices in and goes low. And you know what? He kind of, when his leg whipped around, it was friendly fire, and he goes right for his right knee. His leg swung around and hit Quindraylon Hammonds.
Star high school quarterback Samuel Clemens in Texas. Max DiDomenico helped up.
So now, Chris, if you're Army, you either need to hope that Boston College has a false start.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll see some stunting up front by Army, a late shift to try to get BC to false start to push them back 5 yards. Otherwise, Army's going to try to split some gaps and get some penetration. They got to try to get a tackle for loss here.
And just remember, it's been raining all game. The ball is wet, and you have sometimes players try to stretch that ball across the end zone. So just so many factors to consider. College football on CBS Sports Network. Gotta love it.
Here comes Castellanos. I'll just be surprised if he even hands it off.
Second and goal. Handoff Robichaux. Tries to dive forward. He's short. And it will be third down. The clock continues to wind.
Well, so now if you're Army, you got 2 downs to win the game. Hafley's going to consider it before he calls timeout. I don't like the way that play looked. Franklin kind of made Robichaux slow down the backfield. Franklin, the move tight end, made him slow down. It was just a pile of humanity there. Really well done by the Army D-line. Hafley's going to let the play clock go all the way down before he calls timeout because he still has 2 timeouts left.
So it's going to be a timeout here. He has 1 left. If they don't get in, he'll use the last timeout, and the last play will be the final play of the game.
Boston College, second of this half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
He called that timeout. I think there was 9 seconds left on the play clock, or 8 maybe. I would have taken it all the way down, right?
Yeah.
Because this is third down. Even if he gets stuffed, then you take it all the way down to 1 second on the play clock, and then you have the 4th down play. You don't. Why give Army any time?
So third down, you have a runner at quarterback in Castellanos. Robichaux's their power back. Army, hey, they're undersized, but always aggressive and unique in their style. Hope they can make a last stand at the goal line.
Listen, 2 plays in a row for Boston College where they handed it to Robichaux. I know he's the bigger back, but Castellanos is your guy. And if you run Castellanos, you have a back that can be an extra blocker for you. This is going to be, I'd be surprised if this is not number 1, taking it one way or the other, maybe even trying to get the edge.
Third and goal from the 1. Castellanos off right side, scoots in. Touchdown, Boston College. They take the lead with 25 seconds left.
It just made too much sense, right? Army is all stacked up in the middle. You have this athletic quarterback. Take it around the edge. Let all those guys submarine in the middle. And while they're on the ground, you run into the end zone and start dancing with your buddy.
Let's say, get that swag on. It's a take the lead. Connor's extra point, count it. 25 seconds left. Boston College showing heart at West Point.
Watch Takis and watch Robichaux. We talk O-line all the time. Sometimes it's got to be your tight end and your lead back. Boom! Nice block by Robichaux to get Castellanos in the end zone. Really like that play call by Shimko to have the quarterback run off the edge with everybody piled up in the middle.
Remember, Zach Mundell for Army had a 53-yard kick return to start the third quarter. Does he have another big return in him? Is he going to be even the one back there for Army?
And if you're Boston College here, I don't know that you want to kick it all the way back there to Mundell. This might be a squib kick of sorts. And how about Army not even getting the ball back after that forward pitch by Bryson Daly till there'll be less than 20 seconds left on the clock, more than likely.
That's the play to circle in this game. Kick does get out of the end zone for a touchback. 25-yard line for Bryson Daly to work with on only 25 seconds.
He's had a really good day. I mean, he's a very, very powerful runner. We've seen that time and again. And he's had an excellent day throwing the football. He hasn't turned it over. This is as well as Bryson Daly's played, but this is a different situation now. He has success throwing it, Chris, when the defense isn't expecting a pass. It's a totally different ball game now when the secondary is expecting a pass. The target line for them to get down there, trying to get all the way down there to give him a field goal attempt, but BC playing very soft zone, as they should.
Daly does have a clean pocket, guns it high for shorts, and then almost intercepted on the backside by Benson.
So any play in the middle of the field is tough for Army because even though the clock stops on a first down, Army basically has to get at least 10 yards so that the clock stops on the first down. They got to get out of bounds. Anything other than that would be disastrous.
No timeouts, 21 seconds. Daly against a three-man rush, steps up, rolls out, throws across the body and incomplete. AC Reynolds was his intended receiver. Third down, 15 seconds to go.
Would be a good time for Army to try a hard count here, if for nothing else to give you a free play, right? A hard count to try to get a free play so you can chuck the ball really far downfield. Maybe you get a catch, maybe you get interference.
On a day that's been rainy and windy throughout, the wind has died down a bit. All factors in a quarterback trying to get that ball deep down the field. Boston College making a defensive line substitution, 3 out, 3 in.
Army might get a delay a game here because they substituted. Yep. If you're going to substitute, you got to substitute early.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And is that gamesmanship on the side of Boston College? Hey, maybe we weren't going to substitute, but we see you made a substitution late in the clock, so let's bring on our new guys.
Of course it is, because they just brought those same 3 guys back on the field. I mean, look, they come off. Now, the 3 guys that are on for this play, they just ran them back off. Those aren't the guys they want on the field. They wanted to delay a game.
3rd and 15. The toss over the middle. Ball out. Reynolds made the initial catch. Boston College picks it up. Rule to fumble. BC possession, and Boston College, if it stands, will have their 2nd straight win.
Army was going with the hook and ladder there, trying to do what watch. You'll see him throw it to Reynolds in the middle of the field, and Reynolds is going to try to pitch it back to Robinson, 21. Right there, he's trying to pitch it, I think, to somebody, but he took a shot. And then Robinson got clipped at the end of that play trying to pick up the fumble.
The previous play of a completed pass and a pitch backwards and lost the ball, recovered by Boston College, is under further review.
That was a long explanation.
I don't know what you need to review there. I mean, I guess the only thing you're reviewing is did he not really catch it?
Yeah.
But I think he pretty clearly, I thought, had it from the angle we saw. Let's take another look. Possession, left foot down, right foot down, starts to turn, football move. That's a catch. Has it, 2 feet down, looks to turn upfield.
Yeah,
I don't know that he was trying to pitch that. I thought it was from the reverse angle, but he might have just gotten rocked right there. I don't know that Reynolds was trying to pitch that. This should be a very, very short review.
And a very, very impressive win for Boston College. Having a lead, letting it get away, and having the calmness in their quarterback, Castellanos, to move the team down the field to score the game winner.
You know, the way Robinson was there and Daly after he caught it.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First out.
And that does it. Boston College is on the road. Jeff Monken's team suffers their first home loss of the year. A rare home loss for Army.
And this is nothing new for Boston College. This is now 5 of their 6 games have been 3 points or less at the very end. I mean, this is what Boston College football's been this year.
First time winning back-to-back games since November of 2021.
Well, that is a bitter pill to swallow for Monken when you think about that forward pitch play. That's tough.
An Army player came across, Richardson.
Offside, defense number 96. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Big win for Jeff Hafley's team.
Absolutely it is. Back-to-back wins. I mean, look at that. Their fans, goodness gracious, they're going to have a heart attack with all these close games like this.
Feels like every game that we do together, Ross, is kind of like this too.
Unbelievable.
Close, tight, down to stretch strategy. But as Boston College goes on the road at West Point and goes back to the 500 mark, 27-24.